That way we have some.
Okay, hold on. My chestnuts roasting on that open fire.
All right, and we had technical difficulties again, but okay, we're starting over.
As I was saying,
Yeah, no one needs to know. Whatever.
whatever we were talking about.
All right.
He was talking about the T-shirt that he got, and y'all flipped the cards and the fight breaking out.
No one knows that.
No one knows
No
that
one knows that.
because that's
So-
on the camera footage. It's not on the audio.
It's on the
There's no audio. So welcome. Look at that. A change in welcomes today.
Yeah,
it's me. Welcome. It's Just Joe,
Just Joe.
and this is Cigars and Ash, and I'm not the only one that does it. With me is.
Loco Lou.
Keith's whatever name you want to call me.
and Cigars and Ash again. Tonight we've been smoking, which is good because we halfway done. It's the only. We're smoking the new My Father's Blues. These are Gordo Toros. They're Nicaraguan cigars, which are pretty new. Very, very, very popular. Hard to come by. I can't ever find it in my local shop. And the only way I got these was because there was a event for my father's, and I was like, let me get 10 of those. And I grabbed 10. They gave me 3 free. They gave me a lighter and a cutter. I didn't ask for a hat because I'm not Keith. So I'm kidding, dude. It's because you haggle. I don't. That's the premises of it.
I don't like hats, but I'm like, yes, I like free stuff.
I was like, I'm teasing, but because you haggle, I don't haggle.
Give me that.
Oh, you're gonna give me that? Cool. That's it. I don't.
Put that shit up for auction.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Yo, if we need someone to haggle, it's Keith.
Yeah.
We call Keith to haggle.
Not for nothing, but shit, I've sold all the free giveaways like the next day. Give me $10 for it. Okay, great.
I got free $10 made.
There you go.
But that's how I got the cigars. It was an event. The promoter wasn't, I guess, too talkative. Probably had a bad day. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt for that because he did throw in the lighter and the cutter. He didn't have to because it was just buy 10 get 3 free cigars. Buy 5 get 1. Buy 10 get 3. And he was like, oh wait a minute, here, and I was like, all right, cool. So that's how I got these cigars, and by far one of my favorites. I tried every single color of the rainbow for the cigars. My father comes with bands, colors, and I tried them all, and I really enjoy these. These are what I enjoy.
Yeah, we've been smoking them for the past 2 weeks, and even 3 weeks. This will be week 3, as a matter of fact. This will be week 3 of smoking the blue wrap.
Yeah, so it was. We smoked the Robustos and the regular Toros, and tonight we're smoking the Gordos, which are the 60 gauge.
And a table full of Gordos right now.
Yeah, Gordo smoking Gordos.
So.
Man, you know the jokes don't hit the second time around, but we're trying anyway.
We're trying, but
we're trying anyway. It doesn't hit the same, you know. It's all right. In there was something about tortas.
Tortas, yeah.
Which was funny because talking about tortas, New York Comic Con, which just passed, there was a truck out there, and it was the torta truck. And Keith was going up there, and then when he found out that it was just food, he got upset.
I was very upset. I was heartbroken.
He thought he was gonna get his hands on some
I thought it was tortas on us.
I thought it was tortas, but it turned out to just be tortas.
Who the fuck wants Mexican food when you got tortas on the truck?
It was probably tortas making tortas.
I mean, I would have watched.
It would have been a dirty thing for Keith. Flip that.
But that mac and cheese was smacking though.
Oh yeah, that was the biggest line in the trucks. There was that mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese had the biggest line.
It's just they give you a big bowl of mac and cheese and they throw like pulled pork on top or chicken or whatever you ask for.
Yeah,
we asked for the pulled pork, and we got it fresh that day.
Oh yeah,
because we had to wait for it because it wasn't done yet. Pretty good. But yeah, so Comic-Con just passed 2 weeks ago. It was Thursday to Friday. I mean, Thursday to Friday. Wow. Thursday to Sunday. It was Boys' Day, Thursday and Friday.
Which was great because we got to spend time away from the fams and, away from the girls and just do the guys thing. Smoke some cigars and get our stuff, which I know you didn't get it. I got my stuff for New York Comic Con. I know Keith got all his shit for Comic Con.
Yeah. And we also played our favorite game. Where's Keith?
Where's Keith? Every time I'm texting, hey, where's Keith? I just want to put down, where's Keith? I'm texting Keith. Where's Keith?
There you go. Where's Keith? And then, I disappear like a thief in the night.
Like because you're getting your signatures and everything, man.
Because your lines are forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had issues and I couldn't get anything, but I mean, I enjoyed myself still. Yeah. It's not like I didn't.
And then we did the Topps flip.
We did the Topps mint cards. We did that. Your boy there got like 3 boxes extra.
Yeah,
that dude was online grabbing as much as he could, getting that bracelet every single time.
Yeah, what was that? Week 3? I mean, day 3, and he got. Yeah, day 3, and he got an extra shot.
Because we didn't do day 1, which we should have, because those boxes would have flipped for more. Yep. But we paid $150. We got $350 back. It's money made. Still money made.
Money in the hand, bro.
Still money made. We got the Red Hood from Mezco.
Yes, we did.
You got your Doc Nocturnal as well.
Yes, I did.
And Keith got a bunch of signatures. And you guys butthole played with. So we all had something good to do, man.
You stupid.
I don't think he's concentrating. That's why. It's just sneak everything in there.
Of course. I always sneak it in the butthole.
So it was a good weekend. I mean, Thursday we chilled. Friday we chilled. We did that Mezco meetup.
Yeah, we did the Mezco meetup, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, talk about the Mezco meetup because it's like I was trying to get the vibe right, and I was like, I don't know what to talk to these people about. I was asking your boy like insider business stuff, like what's the production run, what's the distribution, and everybody else at the other table was like, yo, look at this sword. I'm like.
Yeah, see, the meetup basically is fans of the property.
Yeah.
Trying out the figures because either they have it or they're not knowing if they're gonna, partake into buying into the product itself. But also, just all of us are YouTubers and Instagram photographers for toys. So only a handful of them do actual product shots for the company. So some of them get insider information and they don't disclose all of them, but they'll throw hints and nuggets to some of the close members of their circle, and we hold it guarded in secret. We don't say nothing in regards to what happens and goings on and stuff like that. If it's something that we're gonna want in our collection, we hold it tight-lipped and we just stay ready. So that's the whole point of the meetup, where we start interacting, meeting new people that we haven't met before or haven't met in person, and then we start to network through there. So it's like me, I'm in like 5 different podcasts a week, right? So I'll join in another podcast, and I'm just following the chain of command. Everybody's like, oh, yo, Lou's over here on this stream today, ask him anything, or see what he does next in the panel, because each vibe is different. So like we have our own vibe here, and when I go on a 6 scale Hot Toys and In Arts conversation panel, we're talking about that specific media and production runs, rarity, what matters most in your collection, as far as like look at your collection. Your collection is different. You have no 6 scale stuff, but you have things that are still collectibles. This is your vibe, and there's a panel for that. So some of us actually have this in our collection, such as the Funko Pops, signatures, comics, graded comics, and things of that nature. So like we're like not closed off, but we have a specific lane. So when we go into these meetups, if it's the Mezco meetup, they're mostly people who collect 112 scale stuff. Some soft goods, mostly not, depending on who's coming in for the meetup.
That's all right, man. I think that Funko lane is closing down. So
so I didn't even go by the booth. I don't
dude,
think
they were all the way in the corner.
Yeah.
Like they were literally. So it surprised me because for years they always been in the like the 1500 sections.
right, and they were always by the entrance.
It's by the entrance, and it's a big booth. Like they would take up a lot of the rows. So if you go up and down the rows, you have to go around the Funko booth most of the time to get up another row because it's so big. And then this year it was just like a small store, maybe all the way in the corner, maybe the length of two rows, two sections, and it was just in the corner, and it was just literally all they did was have the derpy cat from Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters out there, and then that's it. And then you just go in. It's gated, and you go in, you buy your stuff. They check your the scan code, whatever. But they also had a booth selling their new like blind box stuff.
Right, yeah, they had mystery box stuff. They had,
Like animals and animal pajamas, and the other one was like Freddy Funko Adventures.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it's interesting what they're trying to do because, like after years of collecting and a lot, at least from the group of people that we know, and we knew a lot of like hardcore collectors that would go all over the states, right?
Yeah.
From the people that I've talked to, no names specifically, but at least a half dozen to maybe a dozen people that I've talked to, there was like, oh, they're out of the game, they're not interested anymore, so on. I understand that they're trying to do like a different way of managing the exclusivity of their product, but a lot of the people that I talked to, they moved on. I'll pick up one or two here and there, but I don't go for the lottery or the booth anymore because I think they just, they were pushing product before. They were just pushing product, and people were hype about it. I don't think people are hype about it anymore.
No, because I heard that ever since Funmaker Mike left, he was the last one to leave. That were part of the original owners. Once they left, like they said, the quality control and everything dropped. I mean, there wasn't that great of a quality control anyway, because sometimes you had errors. Like Zach bought a Batman, it had no
no heads,
no bat signal on his chest. That was gone. The symbol's gone, and it went through somehow. But like it somehow got worse. They're saying, and then now they're like pumping. They're trying to catch the nostalgia because this year what they had was the Batman in the blister blister pack.
Right.
So which was how they first started their Funko figures when they did the DCs, when they started getting the IPs.
Yeah.
So they started doing that. It looks like they were trying to capture that audience back. So it kind of looked. People were saying it looked desperate because now they're bringing back the blister packs like they did back then, hoping that it'll maybe go up in value because it's a Comic-Con Comic-Con exclusive or whatever. And from the people I talked to, and then I was talking to Sully. I ran into Sully.
Yeah.
Right, the Nerds Unite.
Shout out Nerds Unite.
Ran it, and he recognized me, which is funny because the last time I saw him was pre-COVID convention when we were doing the Let's Talk About Funko joint. And he saw me and he came up to me, hey, what's up? And I was like, oh shit, you remember me? Even with this long ass beard on my face, I had no beard back then. We're talking about it, and he was like, oh, you saw the Funko booth? And I was like, yeah, And he was like, what it is that people are losing their connection because a lot of people that works for Funko, apparently people that we knew in the groups, they had connections with people within Funko. And now those people left. Now there's no connection. So now they're just like everybody else. They have to fight to get what they want. So a lot of people decided to stop being interested in something because you can't easily get it anymore. so they stopped collecting or stuff like that.
Yeah,
They were
because they got stuff on a favor, not that they didn't pay for it, but it was like, okay, hey, I got these exclusives coming in, and I'm gonna give you 2 or 3 of them once they come off the line.
Whoever they had connections with.
Yeah.
Whoever they had connections with is how they bought their Funko. So people that we knew that were getting the exclusive were like, how? We got the lotto entry. When we got there, it was sold out. How did you get? And it's most likely they knew someone
Yeah.
at Funko that probably held it for them. And it looks like those connections are being lost, and they're trying to make new connections, and these new people are not connecting with them at all. Mm-hmm. And then they're saying they went corporate. They stopped making fun days. They stopped doing like all these events. Like the last time they did one in New York Comic Con, the one and only time was that Halloween where we went as Blues Brothers and we crashed it.
We didn't.
Yeah. No, it wasn't us with the Blue Brothers.
No, it was the Blues Brothers.
The Blues Brothers that crashed it. It wasn't us. But that's the last time they threw a party.
But see, that goes back to
they go to our food.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So as we go into talking about the connections with Funko and all that, it goes back to why the Mezco meetup, right, was for people who are toy photographers and so on and so forth, because we have a big community and a small community. So you have people who are fans that buy up the stock and are fans in general, and then you got the people who are trying to be inside, and they know people inside that circle, and that's the point of the meetup. Like, oh, what are you into? Oh yeah, come in whenever you can. This, that, and the third. Join the panel, because everybody is an influencer one way or another. But when it comes down to it, it goes down to community. Right?
And then
that's the problem.
And
like,
you introduced me to a couple of them, and they're all nice. They're all nice dudes. They were friendly. Yeah. Right away, shook hands. Whatever. They talk about figures, like the guy at the booth at the Mezco booth. He was cool.
Yeah, Paige
is his name. I'm not good with names like that, man. I have to meet him a couple of times before I catch his name. Yeah. But that's on me. But met him, and he was cool, and he was attentive. Like he really.
Yeah, he's on point as always, and he's always been on point since I've known him. And D Amazing, I know D Amazing since, or that's his tag on Instagram and YouTube. He also does a lot of the toy photography and whatnot for Mezco and other companies. But these individuals are the type of individuals that you want to be around with, and partake in conversations and meetups and stuff like that, because this is where the community is. You know what I mean? It's what are we into, what do we like, how do we critique certain things, or what are we interested in, what would we like to see and stuff like that. And we could voice it in polls and stuff like that, but it's always good to voice the people who volunteer like they do, and those who have somewhat of a connection to the company or the owner of the company, and just throw a whisper in the ear, is it possible that we can get this? Can you pitch this? I have a couple of sketches if you don't mind giving me a meeting with them, or blah blah blah, or her or the bosses, and you start making your way through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's part of what I enjoyed as far as that aspect of Comic-Con, when I did talk to vendors and we started to make those connections, just being familiar with everyone. It's not just because of the product, like not just to get freebies, but like to kind of in a way be recognized. Like you're, like you said, Sully recognized you. The last time he was there, when we were recording stuff, he was like, hey, he like practically jumped in front of our camera, was like, yeah, I'll record something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And
he did.
It's just one of those things where like you start. When they talk about the community, because at the end of everything is product. They're trying to sell something, right? But the other part of it, like what I enjoy was like, okay, not so much to quote the hustle, but the business end, like understanding, like, hey, how do you do this? Who do you talk to? Who's the head of licensing? Whatever it is, just to like so you can be in the industry.
I know, that's how you are. Yes,
Yeah.
that's what you like, and most people are like, "Oh, what's the next big toy?"
Right.
But you're
know,
like, "Now, what's the next big toy? How do you get?
How do I get the big toy?
No, not how do you get the big toy, but how do you go by choosing what the next big toy is? You know,
Exactly.
you want the logistics of things,
Right, because it's I might not be explaining myself right. It's just like, and it's not for me. It's not a greed thing. It's like I don't do well with hype. I really don't understand hype. So when they're like, "Oh my God, this is new, whatever," like, and someone's like really excited about something, I'm like, "All right, cool," but this looks like the same one they did last year with a different color. Like, so to explain to me how this one is worth so much and the last one isn't worth anything, because like it's the exact same thing. And we remember when we were collecting Funkos just after they changed out of the blister packs. But all of them had, and I call them, they're like bricked up. They're like the old He-Man toys.
Bodybuilder.
That all they had was like they had that stance, like, and that's all it was, right? And I was like, okay, I'm not excited about the craftsmanship. I started getting more excited about the craftsmanship, the IP, the color change, the variations, things like that. And I was curious about that. And people were like, "Oh my God, it's the new thing! You got to get it. It's exclusive." I'm like, it's only exclusive because it's at the booth. Like tomorrow, it's gonna be everywhere.
Well,
Right?
yeah, some of them, there's ones that are numbered. But that's what happened is that when they first started, their Chase exclusives were literally like one in what, like 10,000 or something.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So you couldn't really find a Chase. So when you found a Chase in the wild, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
But then and now it's 1 in 6. So it's like you can find a Chase in every box. So if you order 6 Funko Pops, you're guaranteed the Chase. And if you buy a case.
Yeah. And then there's the landfill of Funko Pop.
There's a landfill. But those are the ones that didn't make it, like the Pets version, which was terrible.
Yeah.
Like why would you make Funko Pops with dogs? Like
Speaking about pets, real quick. The only Funko Pop that I'm interested in getting is Jeff the Land Shark.
Okay.
Everybody wants Jeff the Land Shark.
Jeff the Land Shark.
I like
From the
that.
Rivals, yeah.
Well, the thing is because when they started, it was the Wacky Wobblers, right? And it was their own individual designs. There was no intellectual property IP, right? And then when they started getting IPs, they tried to blending some stuff in. But they did things like pets, and remember the domos, the little square,
the domos,
thing with the teeth, and so on and so forth. So I think like it, and it's no fault of it's not their fault, but it got saturated because every time a movie came out, they came out with a pop.
Of course.
So there was a constant stream of new product, which was good. But in terms of a collector, and we talked about this in different things, you talk about it in Hot Toys and Mezco and so on, and we talked about Funko and a few other things. There's people that are completist.
Yep.
Like, I gotta have everything that they came out, and there's people.
That's why I was with my Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
I needed every single time they came out a new pop, I was like, I need to get it
Right.
to complete my collection.
So that's what kept most of us, including myself, it was the Batmans. I wanted all the Batmans.
Me with the Spider-Mans and the Deadpools.
I hooked them up with the Batman.
Ninja Turtles.
I hooked them up with the Batman.
Yeah.
I into raffles, and I was like, "Oh, I got you the black chrome one. Oh, I got you the blue chrome one, the green chrome one." And then he just had all the chromes, and then he sold them all. He was like, "All right, I collected them, and I'm done." eBay.
Yeah. eBay.
See, and that's part of the great thing about being a collector. You can decide whether or not you want it to be with you forever or part with it and get something else to chase. Because let's be honest, it's just like a book. You have a beginning, middle, and an end. Sometimes the ending isn't what you expect it to be, but damn, that journey was awesome.
Yeah.
Like Beowulf. Like any of the other fictional characters that, the journey. It's all about the journey. It's not so much how they end, but, it's the journey.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it was. But that's the thing. When they used to have the chases, let's say, and like I said, it was 1 in a couple of thousand. So going out on a chase hunt was thrilling. because if you found one, that was a big deal. Once they decided to lower it down to 1 in 36 and then 1 in 24, and now it's 1 in 6, it's not as exciting anymore. So the journey becomes less fun, I'm guessing. You know, I guess for a lot of people it becomes less fun because there's no real thrill of the chase. They used to have con exclusives, but the con exclusives were 1 in 12, 1 in 24. You know, I had the Jason, which was like 1 in what?
What, 1 in 5?
No,
it was 1 in 40 or something like that.
it was like 48 or something.
Yeah.
No, I think it was 480 or something like that.
So,
But it was because I had 2 of them. I had 3 of them actually because I gave you one.
I was close to 1 in 5. Well, I was thinking 1 in 500.
No, yeah, let's say 1 in 500. I can't really remember at the moment, but that makes it exclusive because there was only 500 made.
Numbered.
I mean, it's numbered, but they have numbered ones now, but it's 1 in 10,000. You know, they have all. You know, they only have 10,000 pieces exclusive.
Smaller runs makes it more desirable.
Well, this is
smaller
like,
run of 480 of the exclusive Fun Days one where it was 1 in 36.
Yeah.
You know, there's a 1 in 1 Freddy out there somewhere. You know, those are the sought after ones.
Yeah,
And
those are
now
grails.
you go to con, like New York Comic Con has always been like that. New York Comic Con never got any really good exclusives.
Right.
If you notice, the pink Batman was probably the biggest thing.
right, and that was 1,500 pieces.
And that was 1,500. So imagine, so it's 1,500. They have 1 in 2,000.
So
1 in 5,000. Not one. Sorry, it's a set of 5,000. A set of whatever, you know, and then the 1,500 pieces.
Early on, when I got pulled into this stuff, thank you.
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah,
My fault. Yeah, okay.
but I started those are the types of questions I asked because there's like, oh, exclusive. I was like, all right, well, what makes it exclusive? And I asked someone from Toy Tokyo, I was like, you know, okay, what do they consider exclusive? What's your normal production run? Like, what's the stuff that you see on Target shelves all the time? How many, you know, to compare? Like, do they make 100,000? And then, of course, compared to 100,000, 1,000 sounds exclusive. They're like, no, it's a 30,000, you know, 30, 50,000 production run. And if they do, you know, 15,000, okay, all right, so, you know, it's 2 to 1 or whatever, you know, 3 to 1, right? Then it starts making sense. If you're saying that it's 1 of 480, yeah, and then that makes sense.
Yeah, that's when, but they finally did that and broke it down because now when Funko released their list of what they're going to reveal at the con, they would tell you these are exclusive to the booth.
Yeah.
And then these you could buy at the booth, but you could also buy at Walmart, or you could buy at Target, or you could buy at NYP or whatever it's called, not NYP. For your information, it's FYI. Or I don't even know if it exists anymore, but it was on there at one point.
Right.
And all that stuff.
Box Lunch and all those places.
And the only difference is if you buy it at the con, you get the con sticker, and then if you buy it elsewhere, you get the fall exclusive sticker.
Yeah.
So now then, the way that collectors started valuing the pops was, oh, I got the one at the booth.
Yeah.
So my Comic-Con exclusive sticker is valued more than if you buy the same exact one, but at Walmart.
And it was the exact same product. It was nothing different about the actual product. It was just a sticker.
It was the sticker, but there's a time portion that goes according to it too.
Oh, it's the FOMO. It's the like, oh my god, can you get one at the booth, right? But like side by side, if you're like, okay, I just want one.
Exact same thing, but
like $80 versus $20.
But also there's a time difference because you know you'll get the first dibs at the convention and then you'll find these later at the local retailers.
Well, you know, it's definitely about the excitement too, because the fact that you were online, you know, they made it difficult for you to get a spot online. So the fact that you got the spot online and then you had to hope that they had them once you got to the front of the line if they didn't sell out.
That was tops this year.
So all those layers of like exclusivity of like I can't think of the word right now, but like the difficultness of getting it. Yeah,
I know what you're saying. The fact that it's exclusive within its exclusivity,
right?
That it made it feel like it had purpose, you know. So I completely get that, but that's why I get my Mezco stuff automatically because one, if I miss it on whatchamacallit, online, like I did with the Red Hood, because I was asleep. I didn't work nights, so I fell asleep. I didn't even get to lock it in because I was so tired from work. Sleep throughout the day. I wake up at 3. Oh shit, it sold out. It sold out within the first 20 minutes of it being up. And the only other opportunity I had was at New York Comic Con. And I like the way they did it too, because they made sure that the one that was going to be sought out for, which was the Red Hood, they were going to cap it each day, so that way they have inventory each day at the booth. And Mezco's a lot like Hot Toys, just in the 112 scale, but their catalog is growing, is growing significantly, and they pump out figures like pretty fast. For some that has a smaller run, you're gonna see a lot of them pop out real fast. And that Red Hood, I had a chance to open it and mess around with it, and I see why it's highly sought after. So, everyone knows that pleather is the bane of every collector's existence when it comes to soft goods material.
What did you say?
Yeah, exactly.
I was born in collecting.
I was born this word. But the whole thing is that it flakes over time. It doesn't sustain itself, right? So the jackets would normally be made like that for the small 112 figures. This time around, they made the jacket more like a raincoat material. So it's going to have longevity. So there's not going to be any issues with it. Plus, a lot of people love Red Hood. That I think that was a mistake to make him an exclusive. But God, it was a smart strategy though to get people into the booth and interested. So I'm excited for the Conan, the Beetlejuice, the Samurai Jack, Casey Jones, which went up for pre-order today, but is a regular release. But it's slated between November this year or December. So within the 2 months, we're gonna have that figure, and that's because they prepped, planned, and they already did the figure prior. So, and a lot of people feel that original figure should have been the exclusive, while this one should have been the exclusive, while the other one should have been the regular release, which they did it backwards. And they did that, which is weird, because when they did the first Turtle pack, the first Turtle pack was an open pre-order for everybody, right? And right when San Diego Comic-Con came along, the week of San Diego, they put the figures up on wait list, right? Smart. Nobody wanted it at the time. The people that didn't want it. They're like, I'm happy with NECA and this, that, and the third. They see it at the convention. Yo, where can I get this at? Going up for $1,000, bro. $1,000. It was a $400 box set.
Jeez.
And then shortly after that convention, they did exclusive for the cartoon versions, right? So it's another variation of that, and that was for, I think, was it? It wasn't NYC. It wasn't NYCC or SDCC. It was.
You got ECCC or
no.
C2E2?
No. Because the thing is this: they were. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't SDCC. They saw it at Designer Con. That's what it was. They saw it at Designer Con, and everybody lost their mind. So they were coming in, and then Casey Jones was going to be up. So before that, SDCC, they did the animated Turtles. They sold out within the day, right? People were trying to do what everyone else tries to do with exclusives, try to flip them. But those who were able to acquire the original set, they were content, and they didn't feel like they needed to get the animated versions because it came with less soft goods. but more or less the same amount of accessories and stuff. And the look, they prefer the look of the comic book ones versus the cartoon ones, because if they wanted cartoon ones, they get NECA. And I get that, but for a person who's into Mezco and they like what they do as far as sculpt, soft goods, and their proportions and scaling, that's what they want to do, like that. So, what they did, Casey was an exclusive first, and he was mainly for the comic book line, which is the first release. Now they did this one, which is still the comic book line, and now it's open release. So they didn't do one specifically for the Toon version, because technically speaking, both of those versions are interchangeable with the animated stuff. But the most interesting thing is this: they showed at San Diego Comic-Con a full display of Shredder, completely done, soft goods, but he's done in the Mirage style. Then in New York Comic-Con, they show us a Foot Soldier, but done in the animated style. So people are confused and asking questions. I'm like, no, they what they're doing is this. For those fans who were able to get one or the other, they're going to get their fill of one or the other. So I think when they do the animated Shredder, he's going to be in those proper colors, the black, purple, and the gray. If when it comes down to the Mirage stuff, for the Foot Clan, I think they're going to give us different neck portions, or that go like a scarf, if you will. They're going to change the scarf, maybe the boots, and allow you to interchange them to kind of fit both genres, whether it's the cartoon or the comic. And that's going to be interesting, because that alone is going to be a chase, because when they do army builders, 90% of the time it's a 3-pack, and 3-packs go up there in price. And damn, that train is just honking out.
These freaking mics pick up everything.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well, we hear it on the headset. I don't know if you guys hear it on during the show when you're watching or listening to the stream, but we hear that train in the Bronx, bro. It's crazy. It's real crazy.
Hey, you're talking about the Foot Soldiers. Didn't Mesco reveal
That's
one
what,
at New Comic you were talking about, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the reveal. It looked really nice. I have a couple pictures. I took a couple. You took a couple. You posted them up.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
So we're gonna take a small break, real quick, and then we're gonna recap. We have one more topic to talk about, and we'll see you guys in a moment.
Yep.
So now, what's new in the industry? We're talking about new releases, not just product, but also series, movies, etc. The finale of Peacemaker.
Yep.
So if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, so on, right? Peacemaker ended up in, what do they call it?
Salvation.
The Salvation dimension, right? Which is like what we've seen in Salvation in the show is just like pristine, untouched land, right?
Yeah.
And but there are, there's a hint of something there, because you hear like, chittering and creatures and roars and all kinds of shit in the background, but you don't see anything.
It's the Predator.
It's the Predator.
It's finally happening.
James Gunn did a joint interview with New Rockstars, Screen Crush, and somebody else, YouTubers. He talked about
exactly what I was going to go into.
Yeah. About how it's going to work within his properties of what's possible and what's not. In terms of the black hole, the dimensional travel, so on. He said that it's a fixed place in a separate dimension that cannot be traveled to from another planet.
But he also said that it was going to be essential to the Lanterns TV show.
Right, it's going to be essential to the Lanterns TV show, and it may play into what's the other one, the Legends of Tomorrow, or whatever it was. with where the team up with Luthor, potential team up. I'm going to say potential, allegedly team up with Luthor and Superman against a unknown foe. He's not going what a lot of people thought, including me, thought it was going to be a tie-in to Darkseid.
Yeah, he expressed big time that Darkseid is not going to be included, at least not in this chapter.
Right.
Which is weird because isn't it called Gods and Monsters?
Gods and Monsters is the other thing.
And he kept talking about the new gods a lot.
Yeah.
During that interview,
because Salvation is part of where what was Orion was a part of. Orion, the character, which is the son of Darkseid.
Yeah, and there's a theory going on that all those helmets is Orion's helmets.
Mm-hmm.
So that Peacemaker's father says he made, but it looks oddly familiar.
Oddly familiar, yeah.
Oddly very. But so definitely. So he said that, he gave praise to Snyder for the way he did, Darkseid. Mm-hmm. And said that's one of the reasons why he didn't want to include him in this, at least in this chapter. But he also mentioned it being too close to Thanos with Marvel, and he felt like doing Darkseid now would be the same thing would be kind of following the same formula as Marvel with Thanos.
Yeah, like he talked. One thing that he mentioned, he's that he doesn't want to do throwaway big bads, like not throwaway. Sense. Not that they're lesser characters, but like if you're a big bad, it should be like something triumphant. Like a build up, right? So he's not going to introduce characters just to get rid of them. Yeah. So let's see how it all plays out.
Well, see, I think the approach that that DC has been doing prior, and I know it's according to directors and the people with power and stuff like that, and trying to see what hits, what doesn't hit, what sticks, what doesn't stick, and whatnot. But they have a pattern of starting a project, getting people hyped up and excited for it, announcing stuff that they're going to do, and it falling through. So, where Marvel, they've been consistent. And me and Joey had this conversation earlier. And granted, it's still early for DC. And I agree, it's still early for DC, being that they're rebooting the franchise again and again and again. But this time is more of a not so much of a reboot, but more of a retcon.
Yeah, which I agree. What he should have done is a proper retcon, and not just retcon it through the recap, which I totally get, because that makes one season of a show, one movie in the Snyder universe.
Yep.
Because the Suicide Squad was part of the Snyder universe, even though James Gunn directed it.
Yeah, well, the first Suicide Squad.
No, the second one as well. We're talking about the second one. So, because the reason why I say that is because in the first season of Peacemaker, at the end, the Justice League shows up, showing that the Suicide Squad was part of the Snyderverse.
Yes.
Right. But the two Suicide Squads were distinctly different.
Yes. I'm talking about the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad, not the one with Will Smith.
Okay.
We're talking about where Rick Flag Jr. dies, and then that's what Peacemaker, Rick Flag Sr. was about.
Yeah.
Was that so? Because the DC Universe now officially started with Creature Commandos.
Yes.
All right. So that's the official start. Now, what we were talking was that he was saying that he still has ties to the Snyderverse because of the movie and at least the first season of Peacemaker, and that if you're a casual viewer or someone that binges shows, you really don't watch recaps, so you wouldn't see the retcon. And I agree, you would not see the retcon. I also said it was more of a you problem because they should just they should watch it. But yeah, he should have done a proper retcon somewhere, at least within the show, or make the recap part of the show instead of it being skippable. Just be like, show him tell off Guy Gardner, and then Hawk Girl and him have that interaction, and then go into the new season, continue, and a couple months later, whatever.
Bingo, which was my argument earlier when me and you was conversating on the phone, that if you're gonna have the same actor, right, reprising their role, but in someone else's direction, right,
and a different continuity, it's going to confuse a lot of people just based on that merit alone.
And I agree, but that's what I was saying. But he retconned, which he did. But I get what you're saying is the fact that the retcon is skippable.
Yeah, or what he could have done is, because we're already here in that season, and last season too, the portal. You're going into different worlds. You're going into different alternate dimensions and stuff like that. We went to what was it? Universe X, where they had the Yahtzees.
Yeah.
So I'm being careful with the wording because YouTube sensitive.
Talking about getting our video banned, and not just demonetized, which you don't care about.
Yeah, the Yahtzee game.
The Yiddies.
The Yiddies.
Yeah, let's talk about the Yiddies. Yeah.
The Giddies. So,
which I found so fucked up.
Yeah.
That his perfect world
is for the bad guys.
It's him being okay and everybody else being fucked up. Yeah. So that was like, damn, and that must hurt. That's what kind of broke him too. I mean, what finally broke him was watching his dad and his dad die in front of him again, and his brother being brutally just stabbed. Which do you think that he might have a part later on? Because
I think he survived.
It's on a hiatus. Peacemaker. They said there's no plans for a third season, but it's also not a canceled show.
Right.
Yeah. But you think his brother would find a way through the dimensions to try to get him back?
Oh yeah.
Well, okay, so
because you find out that his brother enjoyed
he doesn't have the device. Yeah.
But his father actually was a good man, which is weird because his father was like, look, I didn't make the world what it was. I'm just trying to live in it. Yeah. So his father was just like, I don't like what's going on, but what can I do? Yeah. Like he felt kind of like I really can't do much other than just be a hero.
Bingo.
Well, like, okay, so I have a different take on that because in terms of the father, right?
At least he's part of the Sons of Liberty secretly, no one knew.
Right. Well, here's the thing, because we know the brutality of how they stop crime, right? Because Peacemaker is like, I love peace so much, it doesn't matter who I kill to get it, whatever, right? They
showed how he freaking just like killed everybody in that building.
And they were like, they applaud it. Mm-hmm. So, it's like, I don't know how the father could separate the brutality or accepting the brutality of killing people from like that moral judgment. So it's like, okay, maybe you don't agree with the world the way it is, but you're still freaking murking people like for the cause, so to speak. Maybe you're murking different people. And in the show, we didn't really see him murk anyone because they only, like, oh, there's a kaiju downtown, whatever. Like, they just drop little things in there for them to say that they were on a mission or whatever. They didn't say specifically what they did. We only saw a Peacemaker offing people.
It was only a picture like I said, in that building where he just took everybody out and he came out all bloody. Yeah. And everybody was like, woo,
So it's like that brutality means something in in that world, that it's accepted. Mm-hmm. And for him, like, being comfortable, talking about Peacemaker being comfortable in that world, I don't think it was like a value judgment for him. It's just the fact that he didn't have that that recognition or that praise where he's originally from. So that's why he didn't even notice all the things, which I think was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, because it was right in his face.
You had
the books of Mein Kampf on everybody's desk.
You didn't see the painting on the wall.
The big not Charlie Chaplin on the wall.
It was funny, but it looks like you said, his dad turns
White
out
Dragon.
to White Dragon was it was
Blue Dragon.
well Blue Dragon, White
Oh,
Dragon.
Blue Dragon.
Yeah.
Well, White Dragon was the first one. He
was the
Oh, it's a blue, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was just a guy coping in the world he was born into.
Mm-hmm.
Like he said it. I don't necessarily agree with what's going on,
Yeah.
but this is the world I have to live in. And then he throws in their face, "I'm sorry if your world is perfect," which we know
It's
it's,
not.
It's not.
It's definitely not.
So it was kind of it was like wow. And then like with Peacemaker seeing all that,
Mm-hmm.
and then his father being killed by his best friend,
Well, I have something on that. I have something on that.
self-proclaimed best friend.
Right.
Well,
Self-proclaimed,
but here's the thing, right? Do we know for sure that the whatchamacallit, the vigilante that did that is the right vigilante?
Oh, funny enough, you're right. We don't know if they got the right vigilante, especially when they were both shooting and they were mixing up, and then one just ran in.
Yeah, 'cause
but the other one was. So you don't know who was
Because
going
there
on.
was no variation in the suits. The only thing that you knew that was a variant was their
glasses.
glasses when they were talking to each other without the helmets. One had silver glasses, one had gold glasses. But it was said that it may have been like that world's vigilante that jumped the gun and ran through the window.
I mean,
and
with the rest of the episode, did you see his glasses? I can't. I never really focused on, and I haven't seen anything, so I'm not sure if it is.
'Cause
or
it
it's
was
not.
had the mask
it
on.
was faint. It was very faint to see
No,
the difference.
it is the difference. But I'm saying, afterwards, after they jumped through and everything, he gave himself up, and he was unmasked with his glasses. So I wasn't sure if it was even. I have to check.
Yeah,
Good
but-
question.
Yeah, but see, also, here's the giveaway for that. There's a giveaway for that. He doesn't like Peacemaker. He hates Peacemaker as well, right? That vigilante in the universe where he's praised, he hates him.
Yeah.
He hates him. So my question specifically is, which vigilante killed the Blue Dragon?
Right, because
Oh, so that's the okay.
That's my question.
yeah, because if
Because he didn't like
he hates Peacemaker, he would have tried to kill Peacemaker also,
No,
instead
but-
of just a father.
But I think since they spoke,
Yeah,
I think he told him, "Hey, this John is not like your John. Your
Yeah.
John's dead. We chopped him up and put him in an incinerator where an alien throws his cat in."
Yeah.
Like I think he explained that to him. So that's I don't think he would have necessarily attacked John, but I think he might have attacked the Blue Dragon and the brother as well because he still hates the group. He hates them.
yeah.
He hates them. He believes that they're.
He hates what they stand for.
Yeah, they're
Unless
he's part
I'm-
of the Sons of Liberty.
Yeah, unless I'm missing something and he says something specific, I'll have to watch the episode again. Because I think he did say something. If I'm trying to recall it off of memory, because it's been such a while since I've seen the last episode, I believe that it was the right one, and the one who wants to be his best friend from his universe so badly. Yeah, you know what? I think I answered my own question. I think I just answered my own question. You know why? Because if I remember correctly, he said, oh, "That's his father. Why you kill him? Doesn't matter if it's this universe or the next universe. He shouldn't be next to John. John Cena, Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I think it's the right one, but it, like thinking about it now, I have to recheck that.
I mean, he never met the father, but most likely of that universe, but most likely himself in that universe probably said some bad things, and he was like, yeah, so he's probably the same as ours, and Peacemaker killed him. So,
Yeah.
I see him, he is like holding him, not hostage, but like, they're there, and he's like pointing at them, he's gonna, he was threatening him, and so he came to the window and murked him.
Merc.
Which brings me to something that I'm waiting to see because I saw the movie again just for shits and giggles. Blue Beetle.
Okay. Shows here that they're gonna have an animated series.
Yes. So
Blue Beetle animated. Yeah,
Yeah.
So I recently got the invoice for my 1/6 scale knockoff Space Beetle, and it's basically Blue Beetle from the movie.
Blue Beetle guy, Blue Bug guy.
What is it?
Space Beetle. Space Beetle.
Indigo beetle. Indigo six-legged
Hero,
insect.
magic hero.
It looks good for a third party, but
Hispanic guy in a blue suit.
yep. And I was watching the movie and I saw so many beats of there. It reminded me of two movies back to back, and you'll never guess these movies.
Guyver.
Oh shit! Okay.
I was gonna say Spy Kids.
No. Yeah, close. But there's a kid in the title.
This kid in the title.
Kid in the title. It's a movie. It involves a spacesuit and a kid.
Yeah, it involves spacesuit and the kid, and the spacesuit talks to the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the movie. I know the movie. I used to love that movie. I used to love that and the Voyager.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it called?
Star Kid.
Star Kid.
Okay, yeah.
So and then with the bully.
Yeah.
And yes, dude. I remember everything. Yep.
So those. It looks like DC took from those two films to make this film in like certain beats, right? Because the original Blue Beetle was supposed to be Booster Gold with his buddy Booster Gold and whatnot, and they left that open ended towards the end at the end credit scene.
Yeah,
So-
they did.
so-
They meant then his name is mentioned and everything.
So I need to see them do a sequel to it, and they say, "Oh, it's not part of the universe, and Batman's a fascist, and all
Well-
that other stuff." Blah blah blah.
Funny enough, they don't really. I don't think he stated if the Blue Beetle is going to be in universe or other worlds. I know there's a series coming, but that's in development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Supergirl coming out next year, right? And Clayface
Yep.
with Alan Tudyk, and I love Alan Tudyk, man. Steve the Pirate, come on.
Yeah.
I would-
Steve.
Oh God, I would love him to just as Clayface, just turn to Steve the Pirate.
Dude, but
I was just
I could do a pirate. Yes, long
I-
hair and everything.
see, I think Blue Beetle will be a perfect way to introduce other DC characters, right? Like,
Oh, that's interesting.
you know how they did Spider-Man in the Marvel comics, whether he was always in a team up, you know, whether it's Fantastic Four, Avengers, Black Panther, whatever. I think that DC should adopt that and use Blue Beetle to bring other people in.
It's dying here quick. Funny enough, during that interview, he mentioned Mr. Miracle.
Right.
Shows he is in development, but it might come up sooner than we think. Since he was talking about it.
Yeah, because I don't know if that's going to be animated or they're going to do
It's
like
animated.
It's animated. Okay.
Yeah, it shows you as animated, but
Because
it just says in
you still
development.
got Creature. They're going to do another release of Creature Commandos.
Yeah, season
Yeah.
2. But when in the interview he mentioned Miracle Man, right? I mean Mr. Miracle Man. And he talks about that he hasn't read the first episode script yet, but that it's there. So it looks like it's there. It's in pre-production. And there's no date, but the way he spoke about it seemed like it was going to come out sooner than later. But
Well, he's speaking in the present just because he's presently working on it.
so he also talks. It's also listed here, which is interesting, is they're going to have a dynamic duo series.
Oh yeah.
Animated, and it's going to be Robin's origin story. I mean, it's a movie. Sorry, it's Dynamic Duo, an animated origin movie for Robin. So that's pretty cool. It's set for June 30th of 2028. So a couple years from now.
Way out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long way out. But see, here's the thing. DC, they'll have these rosters of films being done. They'll film it, and then they'll quickly drop it.
Yeah, they have here Sergeant Rock was dropped.
Batgirl?
Batgirl was shelved, but they might bring it back.
It was shelved for tax purposes, but they might bring it back. Just like the Acme.
Yeah.
The Acme movie was shelved. They brought it back. They released it. They didn't put it in movie theaters, but they released it straight to home video,
Straight to home
basically.
video, yeah.
Or like we would say, home video, or really streaming.
Yeah.
Streaming, yeah.
And for us, it's home
That's
video.
that's how old we are.
Yeah, that's how old we are. We talk about home video.
Yeah, but
They have the
VHS
Swamp Thing in development as well.
finally, because dude, I was talking to you about that earlier too in the conversation. Like all the talk about the Dark Justice League, right? Or Justice League Dark, whatever the title was, and having Swamp Thing, Constantine, and I'm like, yo, bring Etrigan and
Etrigan the Demon. Oh, I
Yes.
love Etrigan
So-
the Demon.
You talk about Constantine.
Yeah.
It looks like they're gonna make the movie canon because here it's listed as Constantine 2.
Yeah, the one with freaking
Keanu Reeves.
Canon, but it's interesting. They have it here as Constantine 2.
Yeah.
So that means they're either gonna make the movie canon or they're gonna move it into the Elseworld.
Elseworlds.
Only because they have like other TV shows that would be like elsewhere. Like they talk about the Teen Titans going here and stuff like that, which another season. So he put those in elsewhere. What I see interesting, because what I liked, and I'm upset that they ended it because he didn't make it part of the DC universe that he's making, was the show Titans. It was gritty, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was. I didn't even finish the last season.
I enjoyed it. It was it was all good. It should have kept going. Like people, it went off on a high note. It did, which is good. It went off on a high note. But I think they could have had another season before they ended it. And if they would have been part of the universe, it would have been great because they have a movie coming out, a Teen Titans movie. So that's going to be interesting. It shows you in development a Teen Titans movie, and then right below that, a Deathstroke movie.
Okay.
So you can't. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I don't think these are in real order, the in development ones.
Yeah.
Because I would say make Deathstroke first, and then Teen Titans, because Slade would be the whole thing for Teen Titans.
The focus of Teen Titans.
Yeah,
Right.
and oh man, and a lot of people came in Comic-Con dressed up as him. I would love them to have Robin come out as Red X.
Yes.
A lot of people came out in Comic-Con, and look in the original Teen Titan cartoons. Those were the story arcs that I fucking loved.
Yeah.
Was when he became Red X.
And then we don't know who took the Red X costume and continued to do it.
It continues
Afterwards.
to do it. Yeah.
Damien. No?
No, because
No, well, not in the cartoon. Not in the cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
But Red X would be great
That would
to
be
come
nice.
out. I would love him to do Red X. Throw some characters in there, man. You know, why not?
Well, see,
they're
very obscure.
Booster Gold. You're doing
but-
Blue Beetle. You're doing what shows here?
But like I said, they have an awesome character selection.
Well, Swamp Thing, Constantine. So you got the Dark Justice there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like they have a list, but here's another problem, which is another topic within the same universe. WBD is selling.
Yeah.
That what?
They're
They're
selling.
selling. They're trying to sell Discovery and Warner Brothers.
Yep.
They're negotiating deals. They're taking offers.
And the House of Mouse is interested in buying.
Oh man, throw DC into the Disney,
I don't think, you know what?
or DC themselves. Can't DC themselves buy them?
No, regulatory boundaries will not allow them to do it because then it's going to be a monopoly of entertainment, because you can't have Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, and DC under the same umbrella. Maybe they could buy Warner Brothers on its own and have access to the Looney Tune characters, but they won't have access to the DC characters. They would have to split that.
That would be crazy to get Bugs Bunny and Daffy under the Disney banner. I'm just saying that'd be nuts.
No.
But
forget that, man. Where's my Roger Rabbit?
Roger was the one and only time you had Bugs and Mickey
in the same
same, and the deal was that they needed to have the same amount of time in the movie.
Yeah.
For their appearance. That's why they came out together. That's why Donald Duck and Daffy came out together.
Right.
Because it was a Disney character and Warner Brothers
came out together.
It had to be
similar to characters.
Yeah,
the characters had to have equal time in the movie.
And here's the thing: if you look at those specific characters, they are they have equal lines, number of lines.
It had to be equal. The deal was that it had to become. Both sides said that if you want our characters to work together, they have to be there equal amount of time. Everything has to be equal. Everything.
Yep.
So that's how they worked it in. They showed every time there was a scene with one, the other one was in it. If one spoke, the other one spoke. If one did this, the other one did it too. Like you know how
Daffy and Donald
with the slapstick was crazy. That piano slapstick was great.
Oh my
duo.
God.
I mean the duel, the piano duel was great.
Yeah.
But
I love Betty Boot in it.
They also, it was funny enough, they had the cast of she was a cigarette girl.
Yeah.
That's funny. But also they had the cast of Flash, and they had a interview with them, and they were saying, "Hey, if James Gunn invited you to be the Flash, would you do it?" And Grant Gustin said yes in the second. Grant Gustin really loved playing Barry Allen. He loved playing Flash. He really did. He put in his heart. So even the seasons that when you watch the later seasons where the CGI was pretty bad, you could still see the love for his character.
Oh, listen, forget the CGI, right? Let's take CGI out of this. We're gonna focus on story, and this is where it bugs me. The consistency for the DC filmverse, right, versus Marvel, right, and then you look at the the TV aspect of it. DC smacks the dog shit out of Marvel as far as consistency with their stuff, because they're not oversaturating it. They'll give us something that, all right, we have three running shows, right, but they're constantly running. They have like 8 seasons, 15 seasons between them all, right? So it was Heroes of Tomorrow, Arrow, Flash, and then when Arrow ended, right?
Because the Arrowverse. It was the Arrowverse that they were doing.
But then after the Arrowverse, and you started, drifting a little bit.
More toward the Flash.
Towards Flash.
The Flash was more of the central character once the Arrow ended. Because it was the Arrow and then the Flash.
Yeah.
And then they came out with the other one. Even Black Bolt.
Yeah, but exactly. Black Bolt, and then I would get into the list right now. Black Bolt, right? No, it's not Black Bolt. It's Black Lightning.
So it's Black Lightning.
It's Black Lightning.
Black Bolt is MCU.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Yeah. You got Black Lightning, and then you also have Batwoman. The series where the two girls changed between being Batwoman and that show flopped.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Barely a blip. Like I don't think anyone really watched it.
My wife did, and I was like, "Why are you watching that?
Why are you watching this crap?"
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want my daughter watching that garbage. She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Listen, I'd rather her watch Supergirl the movie."
I mean, then they had Ally McBeal as Supergirl, but in the Ally McBeal way. Because even Calixa Flockhart was in it, and you could tell it was a Supergirl attorney at law kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly.
But I get it. With that, I understand. That one was geared more toward females to get into the comic stuff, and I understand. I was like, all right, I understand.
No. Not so much. Like Supergirl, I could deal with.
That's what I'm saying. Batgirl was bad.
Batgirl was bad.
Batgirl was bad.
But look at the list of shows that they had, and they had different.
The CW was the place to watch.
It was
Monday
ABC,
through Thursday.
Yeah, because
at 8 o'clock.
Warner Brothers had that, and they had WB or PX11, right? And they also had ABC.
Yeah, CW picks, or it changed so many times.
Yeah, but they were running on 2 different channels, right? And then they all became in one. But you see how many shows that they had, and it was ongoing for a few seasons.
Where the shows slapped the dog shit out of the Marvel shows.
Yeah.
Now, definitely.
Yeah, because here's the thing: DC ran TV.
Yeah.
Versus Marvel ran.
Just look at the whole animated universe. DC animated universe.
DC animated is the thing to go to. That you want to watch a good cartoon about your superheroes. That's just DC that you're going to.
DC.
You're definitely going to.
Granted, Planet Hulk was great. I like Planet Hulk, and I think the twofer, which is Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus Wolverine. I thought that was pretty good in itself, but those are the only 2 that really stand out.
We're talking about catalog-wise. DC is what we're talking about.
Oh, no. I'm saying
catalog-wise, way more hits.
Way more, exactly.
Look, if you're talking about making a good universe, and your argument was about consistency
for films.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the Arrowverse.
Oh yeah.
Was, even though it was a show, the Arrowverse was a universe that was consistent and really good for DC.
Yeah.
Even the crossovers when they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, and you had to watch pretty much all week because
every single show.
An episode of Crisis on Infinite Earths was on each and every show. So if you didn't like Supergirl, you had to watch Supergirl that day.
You had to, because you got to find out what happened.
And then they bought in freaking Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois before it was Superman and Lois.
Yeah, when they brought him in with her, it was fucking wonderful, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
It was, and then not only that, the show itself was an amazing show, and the way they ended it was perfect. I mean, it was for what it was perfect.
Right.
I loved it.
They reset the whole thing with the new DC. Not Infinite Earth. They like the DC. What they changed one thing. There was like the DC.
You talking about New 52?
New 52. Right.
Then we were talking about that.
Yeah,
how many times they rebooted on comics?
Yeah, but see, we talk about retroactive continuity, right? And the proper way to do it. That's why my argument was, if you're a binge watcher, you're not going to watch your previews. You're going to skip the previews so you can get straight to the episode because you already saw the last episode.
Right.
Right? And that's when he said, oh, that sounds like a you problem. Like,
I mean, you probably should watch the recap. But I did agree that was the wrong way to retcon anything from him. Mm-hmm. He should have put it as part of the episode. Mm-hmm. He should have started the episode at the end of the first season where he walks out of the disaster. And then you see the Justice Gang. Mm-hmm. And then that way you understand, oh, he retconned it. Because then you understand. If you watch the last episode, then you see the first episode, and you're like, oh, they're starting from here. Why? And then you go, oh, because that's Mr. Terrific. Mm-hmm. That's Hawk Girl. That's Superman. That's Guy Gardner. Mm-hmm. That's Supergirl.
See, I think
they missed out Metaphysto. Metamorpho.
See, I think what they should have done.
You should have been there.
No, I think. You remember how we were talking about reshooting the whole episode? It's just that one spot, right? All you had to do was say, "Hey, buddy," right? And he would just turn around, and it's the rest of the Justice Gang on the other side, and you're like, "How the hell?" And you'll see a portal, and it's him walking through another dimension, right? Because he's tired of what just happened with his father, just like they did with the show. But introduce the other universe like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not from a universe. It was just
They dropping
the Snyderverse doesn't exist at all.
Right.
Not anymore.
Listen, it doesn't exist at all. So making him come out to the portal would make sense. Mm. But
hold up,
the retcon should have been there.
I stand corrected. I remember, what was it? Was it James Gunn that did the tweet? Or Zack Snyder did the tweet. One of them did the tweet, and we saw Batman back in his
the black and blue. Oh,
yeah. No, I mean Batman 2 is listed here, but he's keeping it as Otherworld. But he's doing the Brave and Bold Batman.
I want to see Brave and Bold so badly.
See, the thing is, because he talked about it in his thing with New Rockstars. He said, like how he hinted about like Earth X or Dimension X, and the whole Yahtzee, Yiddy, whatever, and G.I. Robot, and he was like, we wrote all these things and we shot all these things pretty much at the same time, and we didn't know what was going to be a popular character or not. And everybody's talking about G.I. Robot. There was no way for us to segue him into it because we wrote all that stuff beforehand. We didn't think he was going to become a popular character. So when he's talking about Elseworlds and the different continuities of Batman's and all the other projects, he's trying to keep them separate, just so he can have the content, mm-hmm. and not have it bleed into anything else. Yeah. But he's considering different things, and the possibilities are there to have some crossover. But he really wants to build a consistent product all the way through.
That's why I was saying that it's too early to come out and say that it's not consistent yet because it's just started.
Well, so let's for his
version. So let's see if it sticks enough. I also said that the reason for the switch in the universe are the suits.
Yeah, I know. The suits, the higher ups.
Yeah, that's why they're the ones who ruin everything.
Of course they do.
But now they put James Gunn in the seat. Let's see what he does with it. A lot of people are upset because James Gunn's style is something they don't like.
Yeah. Like
his
I don't know how you guys feel about Superman.
Every movie's like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like,
no. Like, here's the thing: a lot of people don't like this Superman. They don't like it.
They don't. I mean, I enjoyed it and I like it.
I enjoyed it. I like it. It's a different take. It reminds me of comic book Superman from back in the day.
But funny enough, the reason that they give is it's not like the comic book Superman because of what his parents were saying. And I was like, but it happened in the comic book. Yep. So he is taking it from a comic book. It's the same thing as with Marvel, when with Shia LaBeouf and And the Silver Surfer, people were like, oh, she's not comic book accurate, but she wasn't a comic book.
She is.
Yeah.
So just like his parents, pretty much making him Goku, which is what we could compare it to, because that's what they wanted Goku to do, to take over the world. Goku bumped his head. He was just raised by a kind family, and the data was corrupted, so he never got to that point. If not, he would have been like a Brightburn.
Yes, exactly. And
So this is like an alternate universe where Brightburn didn't happen because his parents were nurturing. His parents' message never went through.
Right.
yeah,
It was corrupted and never went through. And what I find funny is they couldn't fix the corruption, but this chick could.
Hawkgirl.
No,
Whatever the other.
talking about
I forgot her name. The Hispanic girl that had that.
she has
the
a
nanobot all over.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah.
her name.
Forgot her name. Not the architect. That's the Demetrix. It's some I can't remember. But I'll look it up. But the whole point is that she was able to fix the corruption, but Kryptonian technology couldn't fix the corruption.
That's what we call a plot hole.
A strong plot hole.
I'm just saying,
we find it in everything.
if you think about it, it's like, okay, she could fix it. She has nanobites, but that's Earth technology.
I have a question.
It's
real quick.
Kryptonian technology. It's weird.
I have a question real quick. So, the movie that going
Engineer.
into Marvel,
The engineer.
the engineer, yes. So, the movie that is supposed to happen directly after Secret Wars, is it going to be Spider-Man: Brand New Day?
I thought Brand New Day happened after Doomsday or before Doomsday?
It's supposed to be after Doomsday.
Before
And
Secret Wars.
Before Secret Wars.
Because I'm looking at listings and stuff like that, and they don't even have it listed.
You don't have what?
So
Brand New Day?
for Phase 6, 2025 to 2027, they don't even have it listed. They only have first steps from Fantastic Four, Avengers: Doomsday, and Secret Wars. And
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, they finished filming it.
yep,
Well, yeah, they're in post production, I think. For
It says set to be released before Doomsday. Its specific phase, its overall timeline is still developing, but it says here that it's set to release. The movie itself is set to release before Doomsday.
yeah, before, huh?
So
yeah,
release
it's
order.
gonna be-
This film
it's
is
gonna-
slated to release before the next Avengers movie.
Right, it's gonna be Brand New Day, Doomsday, Secret Wars. But okay, but here's the thing. Brand New Day is in 2026, summer of 2026. Doomsday is December of 2026. Secret Wars is a whole year after.
Yeah.
So there's space. You know, they have space to fill in between December 2026 and 2027.
And in that they always do that, where they don't really announce anything until later on anyway.
Because what I'm looking at, they don't have it listed.
Yeah,
But
that's the only reason it's,
this is Phase 6.
So the overview is what I got. That's what they talk about it.
Okay.
So I mean, it could be wrong. Who knows? It's AI.
Well,
But
this
the
is-
AI searches the net for it or whatever.
Yeah, well, this is Rotten Tomatoes.
Well,
so
I trust Gemini.
Rotten
This brought to
Tomatoes-
you by. No, just kidding. It's not.
Sponsored by
Nobody.
the CIA.
The CIA.
Yeah.
We know everything. That's just their slogan.
So I'm still want to see Blue Beetle come up in a nice film, but I also want to see like I said, Etrigan. I want to see Swamp Thing. I want to see
We might not.
I want to see.
Plastic Man.
You
No,
say
I wanna
that, but we
see-
might not see him till
I
like.
want to see Dead Man. I want to see
Ooh, Dead
Dead
Man.
Man and the dark Justice League.
Well, look at the
Justice
dark.
League
Wait, we got Swamp Thing. We got Constantine. So that's two of the
Yeah,
Dark
yeah.
League, Justice League. But what you're looking for might not come out till Constantine 2. Who knows? And then with Plastic Man,
Plastic Man. baby.
he's refusing people's scripts.
Yeah,
People
I know.
have ideas and people want to get the ideas. And he said he can't take it.
Right.
He said he's legally not able to take it.
Right, because he already has one cooking.
That's what I'm saying. Most likely it's because there's one cooking. they got to figure it out because Plastic Man is gonna be OP as well.
He's beyond OP. He's actually more OP and more versatile than Mr. Fantastic.
But-
and the actor that they have to pick for him has to be over the top.
And that's hard because the only over the top actors we know are old.
But here's the thing.
Because you got who's over top? Sorry, who's over the top?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Thank you. That's the first thing you think about, right?
Yeah.
It's Jim Carrey. Look at what he did with the mask.
Yes.
So if Plastic Man would have came out around that time, Jim Carrey's definitely the choice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right now, no, he's older.
Yeah, he's older.
There's no way you're gonna play Plastic Man unless he's passing the mantle.
Now, I have a question for you, though. Do you think what was the actor who played Shazam, Captain Marvel?
Zach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Zach.
Zach something. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We have to look shit up.
He would have been awesome.
Zachary something.
Zachariah something.
That.
But he would have been good for a plastic.
Zachary something or other.
But okay, so what I was gonna
I have a
say.
signature. Zachary Levy.
Zachary Levy. Yeah, Levy.
Not our Zach.
But the thing is, what I was gonna say. Okay, do you think Plastic Man is a strong enough character? I'm not talking about power set. I'm talking about fan base and personality to have a standalone movie.
I mean, if Marvel could take obscure characters and make them popular,
Yeah, but it was obscure characters.
like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but that was in a team setting. Do you
And
think
Iron Man wasn't that popular before. He
But-
wasn't considered that popular when the movie came out.
he wasn't popular, but he had enough source material where they can do something.
Well, I mean, I think Plastic Man has enough source material in the comics, but
I think he'll be too kitschy.
I don't think so. I think
Because if it's all about his personality, it's like
casting.
Freakazoid.
Oh, I would love a Freakazoid.
Oh, dude,
That
a
would be
Freakazoid
the
live
shit,
action?
boy. Freakazoid, come on, man. He runs around in underwear.
Yeah, but I
Freakazoid?
mean
Freakazoid?
to have a full length movie
And
like
that
that.
was Jim Carrey as a cartoon as a superhero. That's Jim
Definitely,
Carrey.
that was Jim Carrey as a superhero.
But,
But you look at
I'll tell you
look
this.
at how snarky Plastic Man was. You also got Bruce Campbell that could have been
But this
when he was younger.
But see, everybody remembers Plastic Man from the cartoon series and some of the comics, right? Well, if you look at the most recent comics, they haven't really steered it away from his personality per se until you get into his backstory. And when you see his backstory, that's when he's like, oh shit.
No, of course,
shit.
but he still has that snarkiness and that he still has that silliness in him. You know that when you think about, because it's all about casting, man. You know how it's all about casting. The actor is gonna make the character.
It is. but-
Wrong actor. Character's bad.
Exactly, I know because
It's going to be a one-off.
How many Punishers have you had?
Well,
yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's like you pick the right character. I mean, Dolph Lundgren wasn't a great
No,
Punisher. Come on,
no.
I'm not saying he's not a great action hero, but he wasn't a great Punisher.
And he wasn't a great He-Man either.
But I love that movie. Stop it.
I know, I love the movie too, but he's not a great He-Man.
I don't give a shit.
leave that
Masters of the
man.
Universe,
Leave that
that-
man alone. But I just don't like. It has to be someone that's like the comedy and the character and the the presentation is very kitschy, very like campy.
Okay.
So like I don't see it fitting.
I see one person
anywhere.
possible. I see one person possible. He was in Stranger Things, and he was also in
Ghostbusters?
Power Rangers, the reboot.
Well, you talking about Wolford something?
No. Is it? No. But you talk about he's looking for it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You talking about about the way his acting, the way he is.
Mm-hmm.
But how about Booster Gold?
Booster Gold, yeah,
and they're making a show, and you know how Booster Gold was.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Booster Gold, which is an obscure DC character.
an older character
Yeah.
as well.
And so
I think
if they're working with that,
a team up between Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, and Plastic Man, I think will work. I don't think they.
but I mean, Booster's getting his own thing. Why wouldn't?
don't think
Why wouldn't I know that it's going this way? I don't think that. I feel like if they do it the right way, if they
Plastic-
cast it correctly, and they do it the right way, he'll probably become popular again. Man, I used to love the cartoon when I was a kid. When he turns into the sand buggy
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and you see his face is the bumper, the big glasses.
I don't think he'll be able to
This guy.
a standalone movie.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is this. All right, Plastic Man, he has a serious side. He has a very serious side.
I was thinking more of the guy from Finn Wolfhard that was also in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but the thing is this. He doesn't have that strong jaw kind of appearance, which Plastic Man does.
But he has the body type.
and then you well,
Body type of a stick.
yeah. Pretty
No,
much.
but Plastic Man is buff.
But you talking about casting. Yeah, I know Alan Tudyk is Clayface, but could he have been Booster Gold?
Yeah.
Right, the way he
Yeah.
acts, the way his character, his mannerism is. I feel like maybe he could have been Booster Gold as well, not just Clayface. I mean, because he has a range. We know Tudyk has a range of acting skills.
Yeah. Just imagine this guy with the goggles, the onesie suit, right? Doing all the freaking stretching and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take the shape of a plane. Yeah, dang. You know what I mean? But it's Plastic Man. You know, like I think if they did it animated, it would do great. It would do superb as an animation.
Well, that's the thing, because if it's animated, the way that DCU is working now, they have to cast a person that would play him if he shows up live action.
Exactly. So there's a casting for live action. Now, if
I mean, why can't we just all agree that Tom Holland could be? No, I'm just kidding.
you could put Tom Holland in everything. That doesn't mean he works in everything.
That's the joke. That's the joke. That's the joke. That's the joke.
No.
Yeah, I know, but he doesn't like.
I'm gonna throw a curveball out there, and it's gonna be a throwback for some of us. Bringing DJ Qualls.
Oh my god,
Let's go.
this guy.
DJ Qualls as Plastic Man.
How about John Mulaney? He's a comedian. And
Yeah.
his snarkiness and the way he his sarcasm.
Actually,
You know, that might work.
John Mulaney.
That might work. That might work. But
He's older, but he's not like too old.
yeah, but you know, you gotta.
Nah, let's do it like they did Toxic Avenger and just.
Dude, I still want to see it.
I saw it. I saw it. I had Arr. But I saw it. Dude, it's just like it's about a father and a son.
Jesus.
That's what pretty much it is. It's about his father and his son. They give you like a little thing of like a blind woman, and he like looks at her and stuff, but nothing ever happens. It's overly gory, which is great. Which is
It's trauma.
what a trauma thing is.
Yeah.
It's overly gory. It mentions other movies,
Nice.
so it mentions Nukem High. It mentions Poultrygeist, Night of the Living Chicken.
Yeah.
So they have little like nods to his other movies, and his mop is more like a freaking what would you call it? Like the stick on a knife, like one of those when they
Oh, you talking about a spear?
like a scabbard.
Like
A sickle.
A sickle?
Yeah, because not bent, but it's like it's and the mop itself is hard on top.
Okay.
And that's when when he slashes.
A scythe.
Scythe. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not curved, straight.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Broomstick?
Because his broomstick, his mop.
I got a sharp stick.
He slashes, and the mop hits the guy, and there's just like guts everywhere. And it's just like I was like, oh, you know, people don't like him, and you know he's like, oh, you know, like he'll be heroic one moment, and the next moment it's like, oopsie, what did I do? Oh no, I fucked up. You know, and it's silly. It's a silly movie, man. I think it's definitely very trauma. I mean, obviously, but it's the production is way better than the old movies.
Speak about old movies. All right, I heard that they were working on a Gremlins live action.
No, continuation. Yeah.
Yeah,
A 3?
Yep.
3. Yes. So, I wonder if they're gonna actually do this, and how soon and how far would it take for them to do it. But you know what movie I would like to see them do? Since we're talking about little creatures,
Critters.
Critons. Give us the Critons.
Critons.
Yeah, that's what the space guys call them, Critons.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I was like, did I miss something out
I
of my
was going through and I
childhood?
saw Critters, and then right next to Critters, I saw Munchies.
Munchies. Oh my
The
god.
little thing with the guitar, and you have the mohawk. I was like, I remember all these. I don't know how I would act if I watch them now. I might fall
yeah.
asleep. I don't know. It's weird because like movies like that back in the 80s, you remember them with like I guess rose-colored glasses because like I was like, oh, Thundercats is great, and then I would watch old Thundercats episode and I go to myself, how the fuck did I like this?
Crap.
You know what it was?
How did I like this? Like I was like, it's drawn out, and I am here to arrest you, like no. And I'm like, holy, that female space cop.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, and she acts so stiff. Okay, like no, we will do it together. And I'm like, holy.
Robo chick, as I like to call her.
I was like, oh man. I was like, I had terrible taste as a kid, but every kid did because it was popular.
Dude, I think the most consistent of showing you different stuff all the time was the real Ghostbusters as a cartoon.
They mentioned that. The Real Ghostbusters is good. You know, funny enough, when you were talking, when they were mentioning at the Mondo panel over there in Comic-Con, good question, because someone asked about the Ghostbusters, and they were like, oh, the Real Ghostbusters? And they said, no. The other one with the gorilla.
Yeah.
And they were like, wow. And I was like, oh my God. And he was like, oh, anyone remember the theme song? And I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember. And I was like, holy crap. Because Mondo mentioned SWAT cats
Yeah, so
that they're releasing.
we was at the
At the booth. I mean, at the panel. So they were talking about like releases, and they showed SWAT cats. So I was like, holy shit! That's back in the '90s, 2 cats that lived in the junkyard, and they built a jet fighter
Yep.
out of junk, and then a motorcycle that goes in the jet fighter.
Yep.
All out of junk, dude. I think they worked at
that's
a
how you
military
got-
junkyard.
And that's how you got the Avengers. What was it? Captain America or Black Widow scene popping out of the motorcycle with the
Wait,
the
yeah,
air fighter.
Oh,
The
okay.
Air fighter.
The Helijet, yeah.
The Helijet, yeah, the SWAT cats, man.
The Quinjet, not the Helijet. excuse me.
you go.
But excuse me. Yeah, man, watching all that stuff, I don't know, man. It's like, when do you think they're gonna do that G.I. Joe Transformers crossover?
I don't know.
Especially after Beast Wars, right?
Yeah, it goes after Beast Wars.
Right, Beast Wars. When he mentioned it, he gave him the card and it said G.I. Joe on it. Mm-hmm. And I know our friend Mario went nuts over it.
Well, that's the thing. Like the way the last 20 years, and I hate to say it, it's been almost coming on 20 years of expanding universes. Like they've been trying to take intellectual properties, and create their own universes. So Marvel, DC, obviously the big ones. Star Wars already had a universe spanning since the 70s.
Yes, it's yep.
Right. So to do, like,
I mean, it took them 20 years to expand
the Bruckheimer verse of all the Transformers, and then the 2 GI Joe movies that came out. Like they're trying to blend them together, like and hint at the fact that so if you take Beast Wars, and then you take the first GI Joe with Wayne's.
Well, yeah.
The mech suit is the result of the future result of the end of Beast Wars, where he had this mech suit. So
Yeah, I
like
remember that.
you can make that jump.
But the next one he got it because of the Transformer.
Right, exactly, because of Jazz.
So yeah, it's something actually I want to look forward to. I would love to see something soon. I mean, when did the Beast Wars come out? A couple years ago already, right?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
But also look at how they've done the last few Transformers movies. It was canonical in terms of decade.
2 years ago, 2023.
It was canonical in terms of decade because it was like 85, 80s with Bumblebee, and then 90s with with Beast Wars. So if they do the jump, it won't be. I don't think it will be present day. They'll do a 2000s in universe 2000.
So like the guy already joined and stuff is set up and because I mean the way they did it at the end, that's a crossover. They're gonna it's G.I. Joe and Transformer crossover.
When did Snake Eyes come out?
Oh, Snake Eye. Oh,
yeah, because I think that was the reason why they haven't continued.
2021.
Okay.
So I mean, Beast Wars came out in 23. I almost clicked on Nicolas Cage's Snake Eyes, 1998 film.
Oh, speaking of which, you heard about the whole conspiracy with the this guy?
Yeah,
that's
in
crazy.
that movie. Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
people just trying to find connections between the Charlie Kirk thing and Snake Eyes.
Okay.
Yo, people. Oh my God, you find connections in anything.
Yeah, I mean, but it's when they were trying to find a connection with COVID in movies, and they found they mentioned COVID in this movie, but we're like, yeah, COVID is the name of the virus. There's this other types of COVID.
Yeah, no, but it's they
SARS is a COVID virus.
They try to make the connection. It's like it's almost like you can when you do conspiracy theories, you're reaching to begin with, and so any plot point somewhere in the world where you can tie a string to, that's what they're going to go to.
That's what they're going to go to,
because also when that happened, there was a movie, not Plague. It was Pandemic. The movie.
Yes,
it was
Pandemic.
A movie Pandemic, and there was like, oh my God, it's just like Pandemic, and then there was like, oh my God, it's just like Outbreak, with Dustin Hoffman back in there with Cuba Gooding Jr. It was like, oh, it's the same thing. They knew they developed the weapons. I'm like, you're reaching for the string. Like you're reaching to put the pin on the map that doesn't exist.
It doesn't. I mean, bad things sometimes just happen.
Right.
But that what he's mentioned it was crazy. It's a crazy coincidence.
Snake Eyes thing. Yeah. So
but, because it put me in a rabbit hole watching a bunch of conspiracies, what's the conspiracy stuff. So I've been watching like Bigfoot, the whole alien landing with crop circles and shit. There. So I've been jumping around.
The good old conspiracy theories. The ones that weren't politically driven. Tied. Yeah, driven. Yeah. So the good ones.
Bigfoot has a MAGA hat on.
No, Bigfoot's walking around with a tinfoil hat. But you know what got me started? Remember when I sent you the text message? Or was it a text message or Instagram?
This is my land.
Remember when I sent you guys the video of the Instagram. It was on Instagram. I shared it with you guys. Remember the guy, the astronaut?
Trannies are the problem.
Hold up. The astronaut that said, "Oh, we're going to the moon for the first time."
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then we had Tom Hanks look back like, what?
No. But they cut. They cut that to make it because what he was talking about was the first time since then. But it'll be the first time that they're gonna have
International Space Station
people
and somebody on the moon at the same time.
Someone orbiting the planet and someone actually on the moon orbiting the planet
at
the same time.
No, I know this, but what I'm saying is that's what got me into the rabbit hole. I'm like, these motherfuckers is always reaching.
Dude, there's a movie called
oh my God, they said it. No,
there's a movie called Dark Side of the Moon, which was a complete satire movie.
Yeah.
Because they're like, people that faked the landing, they died mysteriously. And one of the photos they show is a guy that's dead, and instead of paramedics helping him up, picking him up, it's a bunch of Santa Clauses. It's like they deliberately put these fake things in there to make it fake, and people still clip that movie and go, oh, look, it's real.
So, okay, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on real quick. Okay, not in terms of the moon landing, but in terms of like, is it art imitating life, or is it life, being influenced by art?
They're synonymous with each other. It's two heads.
Right, because they're like, because I thought it was kind of like, it was tongue in cheek, but it was also in your face. Mm-hmm. That Apple TV did a movie with, Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson about how they faked the moon landing while they were actually doing the moon landing as a backup. And Apple produced this movie, so it's like, are you trying to say that it happened?
No,
or did it happen?
You mentioned that, but that's what the Dark Side of the Moon movie was about. That they were actually doing the moon landing, but they faked it just in case the film didn't come out. And they were like, the film that we see is fake. They really did it, but because in the film, you had Neil Armstrong, jumping around going, "Ooh, I'm skipping on the moon. I'm skipping." He ruined the film, so they went ahead and they showed Kubrick's film.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, Jesus Christ!"
Because I'm not the conspiracy guy that, about we didn't land on the moon or anything. I'm the conspiracy guy of logic of like what most people pick up on, and then they go down the rabbit hole. Is like, okay, who related story, but not in the same context. I remember back in the day when I was doing things in with other people that were in uniform. They would get, you would get a care package from someone back home, and it was like, oh, my wife sent me sexy pictures, blah, 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 and they're all happy inside it. And my mind went directly to who was holding the camera.
Yep.
Right? Right?
Yep.
Because you're excited that you got all these pictures, but, your wife's home alone. Who's taking the pictures, right?
Look, it was a stand, okay, and a timer.
Right. But
the timer's name was Big Pete.
Right. But Big Johnson's movie company.
But for some reason, it's water stamped.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a big
but
freaking
the whole
eggplant.
thing with people pick up on all these little, semi clues is like, okay, how did they film the moon landing? And how did the camera pan if they were the first ones there? Like, how do you get a traveling shot of it taking off, panning upwards if no one's there?
Remote control. That's easy.
No, but they made an argument saying that there was no remote controls made at that time.
But there was.
There was. Panasonic made a camera specifically for the moon landing.
There's remote controls.
But, that was one of the arguments.
No, of
But
course,
I said,
people just don't understand.
But I said this.
They think the 60s is a Stone Age.
Yeah.
Oh, 1969 is so long ago. What are you talking about, man?
Bro.
No. But here's my thing.
It's because of the advancement for those 50 years from there. We went from 69, that little shoddy little shuttle to get to the moon, to having a computer our
cell phone
picture, music player.
We went straight to the
which
Jetsons.
is our cell phones.
Yeah, we
so
went straight to the Jetsons.
We advanced so much, so they're like, oh, that was fake. But then aliens came and gave us the technology to. Wait a minute. So we didn't go to the moon, but aliens came and gave us technology to create cell phones.
Now here's the thing.
Make it make sense.
I played devil's advocate. So I said, okay, so let's say they didn't have the technology, which we know they did. Do you know how, the marble and the paths that they use with the magnets and stuff like that they'll, go through this whole maze just to go to the end, and then at the end, the ball drops into this box, and the box flips, and it's a middle finger, right? We'll see that all over Instagram and stuff like that. I'm like, we used to do stuff like that, little things like that, a long time ago. So who's not to say that it was timed perfectly, so that way when the thrusters went off, right, off the moon, the vibrations of that alone would have just shook the camera just so that we could pan up.
They
right?
left Jerry on the moon with the camera.
Yeah, they left Jerry. But you get what I'm saying?
I'll stay, guys. I got this.
No, but you get what I'm saying?
Just come back and get me. They went back in 72. Jerry didn't make it. Oh, goddamn, Never mind. They buried him, and that's why they didn't go back. Because Jerry on the moon.
All they left me with this goddamn freeze-dried freaking ice cream.
But no way to eat it because you can't take your mask
I can't
off.
take my helmet off.
Yeah, I got a piece of jerk chicken and it's up my ass.
No, they left a meal, for a king, but he can't take off his helmet to eat it.
We gave him a 3-year food supply. He'll be all right.
Oh,
They went back in the 70s, and it's just him, skeleton version of him, just flipping off.
Oh, no,
just flipping everybody off. Like, oh, there goes Jerry. We killed him. We can't come back here.
No,
and never been back since.
Here's the second. Here's the second.
They're gonna ditch on the moon.
Here's the second one.
The first shovel of dirt just flew off into space. Oh, I forgot about the damn gravity.
Hold on, Joe. And here's the second one.
Jerry's floating away.
Here's the second devil's advocate thing. Okay, so let's say all that happened and the vibration thing is not a thing, right? Like the lift off.
It was a string connected, so we lifted off the string, pulled the string, and
Yeah, exactly. So but the other thing was this. What if Doc Brown came in the time machine and he was in panning?
Yes, Doc Brown.
It was Doc Brown.
It was Doc Brown. Somebody back in time came back with the astronauts and just.
So, Doc Brown's DeLorean is not only a time machine. No, it's not only a time machine. It's also a space traveling machine.
Yeah.
Because, and it bugs me out because I'm like, I get it. I go, but you kill the allure of time travel when you talk about it. If they said if someone time travels back to the past, they're gonna time travel to a point where the Earth isn't there yet.
Yeah.
So they'll end up in space. So it's like, no, they'll time travel and space travel at the same time, Doc's car, because he went back in time and also went back to the position where Earth is supposed to be back in the 60s.
Because it's retro rotation of where the
so it's
Earth was.
you have to you have to put it in the math, but that's how he did it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, but space. If you travel back in time, you'll be at a spot where Earth is today, back in the 60s, and Earth wasn't there. And then people are like, that's why you don't see Doc traveling too far back, because 40 years, let's say, isn't that much of a time according in space in terms of space and the year the millennia that the space that the Earth and around that distance traveled is not as far as if he tries to travel back to the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So if he tries to travel millions of years, the Earth won't be in the same place. But if he travels 40 years, it'll kind of be there. It'll be off a little bit, but all he has to do is time it or put in the equation where the Earth is going to be at that time, and the car will appear there. So we have to remember that Doc Brown time machine is not only a space machine; it's a time machine. It's also a space traveling machine.
Yes. But you want to hear something crazy? That here was a theory that we never talked about in that regards, and that is the time machine is only dedicated to that one town, that one spot. It's not going anywhere past the town.
Yeah, I mean that was just because of the plot of the movie.
No, and that's true, because even in the video game, which is a tie-in,
Right.
which would be a sequel that not gonna be this movie, when the time machine shows up and he has to look for Doc Brown. Where is he looking for Doc Brown in the 20s?
Hill Valley.
In Hill Valley.
Oh, what became Hill Valley, right?
Or the town, yeah. But the town square and all that stuff, not where he lives, because that part wasn't made yet. But the town square and everything, he went back to that point. So even in the video game, it's just that town. He doesn't travel to other countries or other places. It's just that town. They went back to the 1800s. It's just that town. It's Hill Valley in the making.
Now,
with the gorge. And
now, how many time machines are left after the end of 3? That's the next question.
Okay, so
look, I got Keith going. His eyes is open up wide.
because Back to the Future is my thing.
Yeah,
so,
bro. That's what we work on, bro.
Okay, so the train exists. That's
Yes,
one.
That's one.
Right. The original DeLorean that went back in time is still in the cave.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there was 2 back in the 1800s.
Right. Right. So when he went back with the one that he found in the cave in 55, he went back to 1885. That original one is still in the cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was from the cave.
Because Doc Brown already buried it, and it was a month later or something.
They could have just ciphered the gas. And then went in 1955, all they had to do was bring a gas tank and fill it up, and you'd have been good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, that's the truth.
That's
Because you can leave a car for a month, and the gas is not going to evaporate in the tank.
Nope.
Okay, so they could have. No, we have no gas and no fuel line.
No fuel line.
We'll take the fuel line and the gas,
the carburetor,
and we could go. And then in 55, fuel lines exist, and gas exists, and this is and to go at it too. This is Doc. So even if they have that specific fuel line, he could jerry rig one
to
give it a fuel line. Okay, Not only that, even if they couldn't take the gas, okay, you can't take the gas. I don't know. He's in the 1800s. He's Doc. He could have made crude gas out of corn.
Okay.
Yep.
And just enough to put it in the tank to have him go off.
So
He made hyper burning logs.
right.
He could have
Chemically treated logs. Yeah.
He could have made ethanol fuel out of corn.
He just because he said it himself. He didn't have time because he was gonna get shot. Whatever, September 5th, 1885. That he didn't have time to do it. But I'm gonna go a different direction.
He mentions he can't make gas because it's too short of a time.
Listen, whatever. But here's the thing. What happened when they left 1885?
When they left 1885, the time machine got into the tracks and got ran over by the
Ran over
train.
and fell into the.
No, it didn't fall. It broke into pieces. It didn't fall.
And then funny way, it just shattered.
No. That's
The train was okay.
That's 1985. I'm talking about 1885 when they.
When they actually traveled in.
Yeah.
So 1880. I mean, when he got to 1885.
Okay. Never mind. So,
Because
The
remember,
thing
Marty
is-
put it
okay.
in the cave.
right. Marty put it right. Marty put it in the cave. Right. So, Marty put it into the cave. Right. The other one's still in the cave. Right. The other one's still there. Doc Brown from 1885 stripped the one that was already in 1885 and retrofitted that technology to make the train.
Yep.
Oh, so that car doesn't exist anymore then.
Wrong. It's still there.
If he stripped that car, all you have is the stripped parts. It's the parts that he didn't use.
Which is why 1955 one had to use the schematics that he wrote to repair it, to go back, to close the loop.
To close the loop. But so and he couldn't do a fuel line or gas, right?
Nope.
No. Come on, man. If he did all that, he could have used it.
Look, this
Come
is
on.
frustrating joke.
Come on.
Frustrating joke.
Because that's a big plot hole, man.
Everything has a plot hole.
Yeah, but that's so big.
So this
It's like just use the fucking gas.
This is the segment. This is the segment where I'll always bring up something that has a plot hole.
Look, but that's true. But then, how many time vehicles exist?
That's what I was asking. How many time
If he
machines are there?
stripped that one, then that one no longer is a time machine, because he's using all the time machine parts on the train, plus whatever he had to retrofit.
Well, he
was able to create-
It's a time circuit.
He had to.
He said, "quote the time circuits were fried."
It couldn't be because he's able to travel with the train unless he created the microchip. And if he created the freaking microchip in the 1800s, he could have made gas.
They use steam.
They did. Stupid logs.
Steam.
The stupid logs, all right?
Oh man.
But I'm just saying, man. It's just the truth. So how many do exist?
okay,
That
no.
still, that still hasn't been answered yet.
But no, okay. I'm gonna screw you up even more because I just like the way these things happen. Okay, when he showed up and with the train, he's like, "Oh, Doc, we thought we lost you." Da, 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 da. He's like, "Well, I had to come back for Einie, the dog."
Dog, yeah.
So that means he already came back to the future to get the
To
dog.
get the dog, and then he decided to
And
move.
went back.
Well, he went to 2025 because he retrofitted the train to take off without needing tracks.
Yes.
So he did everything and then came back
Full circle.
for Marty. No. So he pretty much had his own big adventure. And
On
then
his
came
own.
back and said, "Oh yeah, I just fixed it."
You know,
no, you
with-
did it, man. You went to the future. You came back here.
You
First
had
of
two
all,
kids,
you came back here.
two grown ass
Yeah,
kids.
you came back here. You got your dog. You went to the future. You fitted the train to fly, and then you had two kids, and then you came back and said goodbye to me. Go fuck yourself, Doc.
Well, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Well, the one thing
How
that
many
Marty
times-
should ask Doc for was that there was a cure for Parkinson's.
No,
No,
because
no.
you can't know too much about your past or your future.
Yeah.
He let him get Parkinson's.
Now,
He knew about it, and he still let it. He still let it happen. Doc is an asshole.
So
Doc is an asshole.
when you look at it, how many times did Doc Brown go back in time?
All right, but the question is sense. You said three.
Three vehicles.
Okay, which are the three?
The train,
Okay.
the one that's in pieces,
Okay.
and the one that's still in the cave.
All right. And I would say there's more than that.
You'll say there's more than that?
At least
No.
one. At least
No,
one more.
no.
At least one more.
When I'm asking you, so that it makes a difference of when. If you're talking about in 1985, in 1985, there's only two.
And no, there's three. There's three.
There's two, because the
If you
one that
count
got
this?
destroyed,
There's the first one that
No.
doesn't have the
No.
fuel gauge.
the one that got destroyed is the one that they got from the cave in 1955.
Yeah.
So in 1885, it's not in the cave. It's the one that got destroyed on the tracks. There's two.
This four. By your count, or for yours will be three. For you it'll be four.
Because they
When
didn't
Marty gets back to
they didn't come
85.
back, they didn't come back to the same day that they left.
No. They came back when?
The next day.
The next day. So if we're talking about the end of the movie,
Yeah. There's two.
there's two.
How about the Marty that he sent off to his death?
You talking about
When
the
he
first?
shows up at the end of the first movie, he gets there in time to see himself disappear.
Disappeared.
You understand? Now the whole deal is now it's called Lone Pine. That's not him.
That's not
That's
him.
another Marty.
Yeah.
So he sent that Marty somewhere else that he couldn't so that he doesn't interrupt what's going on.
Yeah, him
so
getting
the,
shot,
So
yeah.
the whole thing is that when that Marty took off, he programmed it so that Marty ends up like in a volcano or something.
That's fucked up.
To die. Either that or he told Marty he had to die to close the loop, or there would be a paradox that could destroy the universe, and Marty made his decision to sacrifice himself, and he ended up going somewhere else. Meaning that time that car still exists somewhere. We don't know where, but that car exists somewhere. That car still exists. It's the matter of when it exists. We don't know when because we don't know where he went. The assumption is, oh, he took off and then Marty showed up and he was like, oh, I'm alive. But because he knocked the tree down, he no longer ends up going to Twin Pines Mall. He ends up going to Lone Pines Mall.
Yes.
Meaning that Marty is not him. That's a Marty from the new universe he created when he knocked down that tree. Meaning that time machine exists somewhere out there.
So if that's the case, wait. Wait. So if that's the case, how many times did Doc Brown go back in time?
A shit ton of times. He had to save Marty a bunch of times.
So how many times did Marty die?
Doc left originally from the mall. He came. No, I'm lying. So Doc intended to leave, but that's when the Libyans came. Marty went back in time.
Yeah, when he
Right.
went back in time, he knocked down the tree.
Right.
And at
But-
that point,
so-
it changes the timeline.
Right. So Marty went back. Boom. He's in 55. Doc sends him back. Right. So that Marty is the same.
That's the Marty we follow.
That's the Marty we follow. So it ends up being the same Marty because that loop closed itself.
No,
it didn't.
no, it didn't. The only way that loop would close itself is that Marty ended up going somewhere else that not part of the loop, or he dies because he can't exist anymore to close that loop.
I'm telling you right now that it's not a loop.
And it's
Okay.
not, and it's not
Okay.
and it's not the same Marty.
It's
Okay.
not the same Marty.
He changed
So
everything, but that change started when he hit that tree. That change to the new universe started when he hit that tree, and then he went and made his father tougher. And then when he came back, his father's all happy and everything else. You know, when he wakes up and his father has the book, and Biff is the cowardly one, and. But the mall is called Lone Pine,
Okay,
not
so-
Twin Pine.
so-
Just
so-
like when he comes back
So, okay.
at the end of part 3, Marty's not in the same universe that he changed in the first part.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Because he saved Clara, so the falls the ravine is no longer named after her.
Right.
It still keeps the Native American name.
Yes.
So now he's
No,
still
it doesn't.
he's yet.
It's called Clint Eastwood Ravine.
Oh no, my bad. Yes, it's called because they believe he died. So, my fault. Yes, so it's called Eastwood Ravine, but that makes it not his universe.
No.
So he comes back the third. We don't know what changed. He could have come back home, and Biff could have been his father, and his father was Biff, and his mother is his sister. Like we don't know what happened.
He cucked his.
I know
his
they look at Marty and go, "You're supposed to be a girl." Like you know what I mean? We don't know what happened because he yet again when he went back because he changed the name of the ravine, he changed history again.
But also, there's another thing.
The timeline never closes. It's just
It never closes.
That's what the TVA is for.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see TVA arrest somebody in the background with a bubble jacket and
the
headset.
vest. Yeah.
That would be hilarious because it's like he sprouted so many timelines. And he didn't close any of them.
So okay, this is something.
He just lives in them now.
This is something that.
And then what happens to the Marty in that timeline?
And what happened to the Marty when he went back the second time to prevent the actions of Biff after getting the almanac, when he knocks himself out?
Well, he knocked himself out, yeah. But I'm guessing that timeline. It doesn't really. Well, it does change the 1985, changes. But in a big way. But when he sets it back to that Marty's timeline.
The first Marty.
So the first Marty. Yeah. But we're talking about the first one. That Marty that left Lone Pine Mall is not him.
It's not his. Nope.
It's not him. And then when he comes back at the end of the third, what's going on with that Marty? Because that place is not his place either. Because the names of the ravine is different.
No, so Doc is the villain of the story because he did all that knowing it was going to happen because
he tells Marty. He tells Marty not to do these things, and he ends up doing it.
Right, because he already had the letter in his pocket with the bulletproof vest.
Yeah, so he knew.
He knew that in order for the whole experiment to work, he had to let Marty go into the past.
Yeah, he had to. In order for everything to work, he had to let Marty go. But that's when it was Twin Pines Mall. So who knows? Maybe it was called Three Pines Mall at one point, and then he knocked on that tree, changing everything. And then when he gets back, it's Twin Pines, and then he goes back again, knocks it out.
Old man Peabody.
And now it's Lone Pine. Who knows? What if Marty's stuck in a time loop? And it's Doc orchestrating the time loop because the best life that Doc gets is if Marty's stuck in the time loop. And then he goes back, knocks the other tree, and now the mall's called Pineless Mall, and it just keeps going. And every time he goes back in the past, he messes something up, and the name of the mall changes, and he has to do all that just so that Doc gets married, and Doc has 2 kids, and he's happy, and he has his choo-choo time machine. So what about that? What if Doc orchestrated everything and he's keeping Marty in the time loop because he needs to? For him to be happy, Marty has to be in the time loop. Because without Marty, he was dead. He died in the past without Marty.
Anchor being.
They're all dead.
What?
Anchor being.
No, but he's keeping Marty in a time loop so he could be happy. So he has to keep sending Marty to these adventures, so that he does something to change the past so that Doc is happy. Not Marty, but Doc.
It's all Doc's fault.
But what I mean, it's
all Doc's fault.
It's all a theory, but it's when you think about it, because like I said, the first one, Twin Pines to Lone Pine. All right, the first one was the almanac. That was Marty's fault completely. That was like an adventure that Marty tried to do and he screwed up.
But it was Doc's idea.
To buy the almanac?
No. It was Doc's idea because before he left. Before the Libyans showed up, he's like, "Hey, plus I can see who wins the next 20 World Series." It was Doc's idea.
Doc said that?
Yes, he
did.
But
Doc forbade him to get the book, and he got it anyway.
No, he forbade him after he already left. Okay.
Because he was going to go back in time.
Marty bought the book without Doc knowing.
Right. Part 1. Okay, part 1. He goes. Writes the letter. He knows that Doc is going to get shot. Comes back. Doc has the bulletproof vest, so on. Right? But before that happens, when he first tries to get into the time machine, he says, I'll see. Wait, I'm going. I'm messing it up. At the end of 1, he's like, I'll get to see who wins the next whatever.
Yeah, he said he was going to see who wins the next World Series.
Next 20 World Series, right? Because of what he experienced when he went to the future, is why he says don't buy the almanac, because you don't understand how it's going to change things.
No, so
he learned. His idea originally was to say, I'll see who wins the next 20 World Series, but because he saw how it affects everything, he corrected himself.
No, well, the only way he saw things get affected is because he knew Marty was gonna fuck up, and Biff was gonna find the book, and that's the reason why he says no, because he already did it and it didn't turn out right.
Yeah.
But so regardless, it's still Doc putting Marty in that time loop just so he could be happy. He's still happy. Like I said, everything that he does in one of the movies, that Marty does in the movie, it all leads to Doc getting married, Doc having 2 kids, with the love of his life and being happy. Doc was miserable in the first movie.
He was broke
because he was broke. He burned his mansion for the insurance money. Oh, I love the fact that they're saying that the only reason Doc hung out with Marty is because he was a smut peddler and that Marty was selling porn for him. And only saying porn because they couldn't say drug dealer.
Yeah.
And you would think maybe Doc would probably be the type to sell drugs, create the drugs in his lab, and then have Marty sell it.
Doc was hustling meth.
He created meth.
Doc Brown was Heisman. Really Breaking Bad.
Heisenberg, man. He was Heisenberg. But
I am the one who knocks.
It's a crazy thing, but that's how I see it. I think Doc Brown is a villain, and I think Doc Brown is keeping Marty in a time loop just so that he could be happy. He wants to be happy. He wants to be married. He wants to have those kids.
The original Doc Brown is dead.
The original.
The first one. The one that the Marty we follow. His Doc Brown is dead.
What, shot by the Libyans?
Yes.
But the Libyans. But he knew, and he set it up so that Marty goes back to change things, so he could stay alive. That's what I'm saying, is that he already had the time machine when Marty showed up. If you create a time machine, are you going to wait for a teenage kid to show up to show it off?
Well, his first test was Einstein.
As far as we know. As far as he tells Marty, it's not what he could do. Who knows if he found out that he dies, and that's why in the second one he has the bulletproof vest, because he tears up the letter. Somehow he still has it back because he pieced it back together.
His curiosity got the best of him.
Maybe he went and found out he got shot, and then when Marty, the doctor of the past, tore it up and then got curious. But when it gets to 85, he knows. Or who knows? What if Doc is dead, right? And the Doc we see is the same Doc the whole 3 movies. He just travels back to 55 to help Marty. He travels
like
back.
Quantum Leap?
Like Quantum Leap? No, it's just he knows. It's him. He's not jumping into bodies. But the way I see,
he's not jumping into bodies.
The way I see the 3 movies,
yeah.
the one that had the most to gain was Doc. He had nothing.
No, I get that.
And he ended up with everything he wanted. He found the love of his life. And he has kids, and he still built his time machine that he told Marty he couldn't use, but he ended up using the pieces anyway, and made the train. And then we know it flies, so that means he did a pit stop to 2025 to get the hover mode on the train, and he went back, got his dog, and then he also had enough time to honeymoon and bang his wife and have 2 kids, and them to be like 8 and 6, let's say.
Yeah.
So that means he was traveling for a good 8 years in total before he went back and told Marty, "Hey, I'm doing okay, Marty. You'll be fine. Thumbs up." So, and then the game, the time machine mysteriously shows up again in 1985, and Marty has another adventure where he has to find Doc because Doc is in trouble. So everything looks like everything Marty did is ultimately to help Doc have his best life.
Living my best life.
I still say it's the second Doc. You know why? First Doc is dead. Because we never go back to see him. We never
But
go back.
we
to
can't go back to see him.
First,
He changed the timeline as soon as he hit the tree.
the first Doc is dead because the same as why the father is successful now is the reason why the Doc is alive, because he changed the results.
Yeah.
But the results were. But what I'm saying is the results were changed as soon as he knocked that tree down. It wasn't everything after. As soon as he knocked that tree down, it set a series of events forward into this timeline where his father's successful and Doc is alive. Like I said, what if Doc finds out that he's going to die? So he sets the time machine, faces it, knowing that if he gets in the time machine, goes off this way, he's gonna end up in 1955 and knock down the tree, changing the timeline to and he ends up alive.
That's one theory to stay with the theory that you're sticking with, but the theory that I think is what we see is what we get, right? What we see is what we get. But the question is, we follow main Marty because main Doc is dead, right? The second Doc, right? He's aware of the implications of knowing your future and all that other stuff, blah, 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 blah. Same thing with the old Doc. Difference is, I think Doc Brown originally just wanted to see how things were in the future more so in the past. Right?
I mean,
that's
his
the case,
intention was to travel
back.
both ways. He wanted to travel back and forward. Like he said, he was like, "Girl, we could see this or we could see that."
We could witness the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
So his intention was to watch history.
Yeah.
Go to these important times in history
See
and
the birth
witness
of Christ, all that.
Witness them first. Well, but then again, if he wants to sign a declaration, it ain't gonna happen in Hill Valley. So it can't be just that town alone. If it was just that time alone, then definitely it's Doc trying to get this best life, going to the future, sees that he's dead.
he's driving around in the DeLorean in freaking Philadelphia, 1776.
He tips the Liberty Bell and it cracks. And then he goes to see Abraham Lincoln, right? And then he realizes Abraham Lincoln is missing. Right?
Doc is Abraham Lincoln.
No, Abraham Lincoln is missing. But he tries to figure out what's going on, and then he sees a phone booth appear out of the ground, and two kids come out and drop off Abraham Lincoln and leave. And Doc realizes he's not the only one with a time machine.
That would have been a hell of a fucking crossover.
I had to throw that in there. Man. We're talking about time machines. I had to.
That would be a hell of a crossover.
I mean, if you keep going. He realizes Abraham Lincoln is not tall, and he's bald, and his name is Lou. Stupid. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah. Lou.
You want crossover time machine? You can keep going, man. He runs into a cop. The cop believes that
that roundhouse kicks him. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's Jean-Claude Van Damme.
These guys.
There you go, man. That's the crossover. Doctors crossover every single time machine movie that exists.
And he sees.
He runs into H.G. Wells.
No, he runs into Cable, and he says, "Oh, I see you doing the same thing I'm doing. Good thing you don't have one of these. Why? Because you'll fuck the future up."
He goes, "Your time machine's so big. This is mine." And it's on his waist.
Oh man!
And he goes back. That's how he does. He doesn't collect. He collects the pieces of all those people's time machines and makes the train. And the train's an accumulation of all those time machine movies built into one choo-choo for Doc to travel around.
And he murked everyone else so he could only be the only time traveler.
And that's how we got Rick and Morty, because that's what Rick does. That's what Rick pretty much does, is murk a lot of himself so that he could be the smartest man in the multiverse.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Doc runs into Rick. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But he can't, because according to Rick and Morty, Rick only surrounded the multiverse that where he's the smartest being in the universe, and he locked everybody else out. So
Yeah,
Doc wouldn't run into Rick. He can't because it's closed and it's locked up.
Rick doesn't try to travel. He dimensional travels.
It's dimensional, but it's all different. Yeah, he dimensionally travels. But he always talks about, I don't like time travel. It's too much of a plot device, he says. But he has a box in the garage that says time travel stuff. So that means that probably at one point, Rick did time travel. Ran into Doc, and Doc is smarter than him. And he was like, nah, I can't have this. And he closes off the multiverse where he's the only smartest man alive. So there's a lot of different... I could keep going, man. I could match up Doc into a whole bunch of people.
No, yeah, but here's the crazy part. So that means Doc Brown's kids is not supposed to exist.
No, none of it is supposed to exist. She's not supposed to exist. So the kid's obviously not going to exist.
No. Yeah, she existed as a person, period.
But she died.
No, I understand.
So
that,
she had no kids.
But listen to what I'm saying. So those kids technically don't exist in any timeline.
Yeah, none. Because she doesn't exist in any timeline but that one. Where when they showed up,
supposed to die.
When they showed up is when she was supposed to die, and they saved her.
Yeah.
So by saving her, yeah, she's not supposed to exist in it either because she dies.
No. When I say exist, I'm talking about birthday and like a time.
She was born. She
was born.
She wasn't supposed to exist long enough to have the kids though either.
That's my thing. She wasn't supposed to live, to that point. But the kids aren't in any timeline per se. If you think about it. No, because they're not supposed to exist. She dies. They're not supposed to exist. Yeah, they're not supposed to exist. She exists because she's from another timeline.
She exists because she died as an adult. Yes.
So here's my thing. That reminds me of a Marvel character.
Who?
Wanda.
Oh,
her kids don't exist.
Claire is Wanda.
Oh. Boom.
And they go the connection.
There's the connection.
That makes Doc Vision.
Yes. But which Vision?
Oh, the one that gets old.
The white
Vision,
one?
Vision, no,
the
Vision,
white one that he started in a white suit?
Vision went into the future, right? He found Robin Williams' character, Bicentennial Man, and saw the organs that he created to make him older, and he replaced his own just so they could live a happy life with Claire, which is Wanda.
A human life. Yeah.
They changed their name. She's Claire now. He's Doc. There you go.
Problem solved.
That's how you close that one.
Problem solved.
Another crossover. That's how you solve it. Another crossover. He went so far into the future. He goes, Bicentennial Man guy. Robin Williams. You created this stuff. Cool. Put it in me. Blah. Now I get old.
You know what's crazy?
Synthetic skin.
You know what's crazy? Just him making the time machine caused the problem.
Well, yeah, that's what he says. That's why he goes, I shouldn't have made this damn thing in the first place. He says it because he knows. He says that.
But here's the thing. The paradox was already created when he made the time machine. Not when making the...
The paradox was created when he hit his head on the sink, when Marty showed him that it worked.
But the time machine was just there.
No. He had the idea when he fell off the sink and fell off the toilet, hit his head on the sink.
In 1955, yeah.
Right. That's where he had the idea. The proof that it worked is the fact that Marty came back, which guided his research to focus on that instead of... Because if he didn't come back, he would never thought it would have been another failed experiment. Just like his brain fucking scan thing.
But now, you're saying that, right? But now that's still not our
Doc is dead.
That's not our Doc. I was gonna say, because as soon as Marty hit that pine tree,
he's still going.
It wasn't his Doc. It changed everything.
No. The pine tree didn't change everything.
Knocking it down did.
Knocking it down just changed.
Butterfly effect.
No, knocking it down just changed twin pine malls to lone pine.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah. You can say butterfly effect all you want, but
that's what it is. You knock down the tree. Years later, the name of the mall is changed.
Yeah, but
so and things that happen, they could have changed the
He's gonna
mall.
hold on to it forever.
Dude,
He's gonna hold on to it forever.
It's-
Listen to what I'm saying. Let's say the time machine didn't turn off and he was able to go back
okay,
and it didn't turn off.
okay,
Nothing's interrupted but the pine.
yes,
That's it. That's the
Okay.
only thing interrupted.
yeah.
Any interaction that Marty had is what caused the difference. So
If you going back in time and you step on her butterfly, the butterfly effect, dude, the butterfly doing that, killing the butterfly could set a chain of events that changes the future. So anything as minute as killing the butterfly or hitting the tree could have affected everything following that point. As soon as that tree is down, it's a different timeline.
could
It's a different timeline.
that yes, it's a different timeline, but everything else stays the same. Just that
No,
one thing
because he
doesn't.
went ahead and he had to tell Doc about the car, and it set the chain of events.
I don't think it's nah.
It changes to it changes it changed the events from that point on. Everything was different, and he ended up pushing his father out the way, and his mother fell in love with him, and all that chain of events happened because he went back. And as soon as he went back, and he knocked down that tree, it set off a different point in time, because now no longer that name doesn't exist no more, meaning it's a different timeline.
That's just for the name though itself of the Twin Pine Malls to Lone Pine Mall.
Yes.
That's it. It's his interactions in general that causes everything else.
But we
It's-
don't know what would have happened if you would have missed the tree completely,
Yes, we would. If he would have missed the tree completely,
and he would have wrecked the car. The
If
car
he-
would have been fine.
if he missed the tree completely, could have went back, right? Could have went back. But let's say he hit the tree anyway, and he goes back anyway, right? The only thing that changes is the name.
But the car is wrecked, so he's not able to go back. That's why he seeks out Doc.
But you're missing my point. My point is, let's say that the car works.
Yes, if the car works, but
he's arguing. He's
no,
arguing my point.
no, I understand if the car worked, but it didn't. That's the point.
No, see, when it comes to theories and coming up with ideas, if I have an idea, he won't let me finish it.
What are you talking about? You're saying that the tree has nothing to do with it.
This is the original time loop because you're never gonna win an argument.
But it's not an argument. It's not an argument. He's mentioning one thing and the other.
Let's say.
Yes.
Let's say.
Okay.
He does that. The only thing that would have changed if he went back in time to stop the Libyans, right, would be that Twin Pine Malls will be Lone Pine Malls. That will be the only major change. Because he did not have a physical interaction with anyone else other than that tree.
I understand.
That's my whole thing.
But I get it, and I understand what you're saying, and I understand.
That's my whole thing.
I understand. But when I mentioned the butterfly effect and you rolled your eyes, the meaning of the butterfly effect is if usually it's the flap of a butterfly, but people use that if you kill a butterfly in the past, it could set off a chain of events. So someone could go to the past, and there's been shows where they make jokes of it, where they go back to the past, the guy steps on a bug, comes back to the future, and the lizard people are the ruling class of the world.
That's why I
They
wrote-
still are.
But
that's
the
the
that's
ruling
why
class.
that's why I rolled my eyes because that's
But
I know.
all right, but exactly the point is that's all he did.
Lizard people
And because
still rule. It's V. We're all in V right now.
Yeah.
and that's all he did, right? Was kill the butterfly. They come back, but that killing that butterfly set a chain of events. We don't know if hitting that tree and then coming back still would have set off a chain of events. We don't know what those trees were. That the mall was named after those trees. Those malls were named after trees for a reason. Twin Pine Mall. We would have to know, let's say, the history of it. Twin Pine Mall. That's all. He was a logger, and the trees is his icon or whatever. And when the land was bought to build a mall, they kept the name. Let's say that's what it was. We don't know because we don't know, right? But what if he knocked down a tree? It pissed off the father, and he fucking quits the logging business and sells his land to somebody else, or whatever. We don't know the history.
Based on the events that occurred, he did everything the same, just changing the name once again.
Yes,
That's-
change the name, but we don't know what set of events could have gone off from there. If like you said, if he just knocked down the tree and then left, we don't know the change of events because that's a whole new timeline now. Changing the name It's a whole new timeline.
We know this, but what I'm saying is this: the Two Pine Malls. He wanted to invest in that. Doc Brown says it, but we know it didn't go nowhere because the land was sold and it was only 2 pine trees in that whole area. That's why it was called Two Pine Mall.
Yeah, but okay, Two Pine Mall. But we don't know why they could have called it anything. Why call it Two Pine Mall? If I bought the land, fuck the pines. I'm gonna name it Santiago Mall.
It's the son of the old man that had the pines, and he just said, "Oh, it's Lone Pine because we only have one left."
Because one was knocked over.
Yeah, and they only had 2 when they were growing up. So
I understand, but the significance of the name, because when you name something, there's a significance of why you name it. You don't name it because of this one thing. I mean, there's rocks everywhere. Why don't we have
Twin Pine Malls? Because there was only 2 twin pine trees and nothing else grew around it.
Pebble Mall, where this land only had one pebble in the mall, and when they bought it, they were like, "Oh, look at that pebble."
Yeah,
that's what we're gonna call it.
You're missing the point. It was only Two Pine Mall, and the history was already explained the whole time when Marty talks to Doc Brown.
They mention it, but we don't get a full span of it.
We don't have to get a full span of it. It's enough to know that the property was sold. It was only 2 pines there, and the Twin Pine Malls is what it was named. And when he knocks it down, it becomes Single Pine.
It goes Lone Pine Mall.
It's
so it's a whole different timeline. So anything that happens in that timeline could be different than what his timeline was.
Yeah, but according to what happens in this specific film, right, based on what we know, that one thing, if he comes back and the car was still working, right, he still will have a messed up life with his pops, or his pops being a coward and stuff like that, because none of the events that he interacted with would change other than the mall. That's what I'm saying. That's it. Like the beginning of the incursions is the pine. You see that first event when he comes back. Then the next thing of events that take place. Oh, Doc Brown reads the thing. Oh, he interacts with his mom and his dad, and then
it makes sense.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But he doesn't. No,
exactly. But
exactly nothing.
No, but you get.
He never said he wanted to invest in Twin Pines Mall. He never said he wanted to. He never said it.
No.
And he just mentions that it used to be the old property of somebody. That's it. Yeah. Of Mr. Peabody. Why not call it Peabody Mall?
He said he wanted to grow pines. That's what Doc Brown said.
That all it says that Doc Brown mentions is that the property was once
reading off of the AI.
pine tree
You're
farm.
reading off the AI. I'm remembering it from the film.
That's cool, but the AI is pulling from information. It's not like it's making it up as it goes.
Look at the film.
He goes, I'll look at the film. I'm not going to look at it now.
But I'm just saying.
But you also stated that he wanted to invest in it, and that's not true. He said he never said he wanted to invest in it. The only time that the history is disclosed in the film is when he talks about the property used to be owned by old man Peabody.
He had this,
and the only reason that the mall was chosen because he liked to choose the thing.
He had this wild dream of growing pine trees. That was his thing. That's the whole spiel. But he only had 2.
What happened to the pine cones? He still could have grown another one.
But that's my point. He could have. He only had 2.
Where did the trees come from initially?
Because if it's Twin Pines Mall, started with 2 pine trees, and let's say he did have a whole thing, and he started off with 2.
Just because he ran over the tree doesn't mean the tree seed, the pine, and the spores still don't exist.
Yeah, but my point exactly. It's Marty's interactions that caused the chain of events. If he just did that one thing and came back, Lone Pines Mall will still be Lone Pines Mall.
I like that. No punchline.
No punchline.
No, it's that the mall is called the mall, and he just picked it because it had enough room for the time machine to reach
88 miles.
88 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And all he says is that Peabody had the crazy idea of starting a pine tree, but he doesn't mention anything else. What?
He had to think fourth dimensionally.
It
had to be a place where he knew that he would be able to land.
Oh, yeah, just like the Indians that were supposed to exist
in
the painting, and they existed in the painting. He goes, this is all land as far as I can see. What about the Indians, Doc? He goes, no,
there ain't no Indians in here. And the first thing he sees,
so it's just a painting. That's what he does. That the painting basically comes to life, which is funny. But it's fine, man. That's yours. Mine is that it started right off the pine tree hit, and that's it.
Now, I wonder what the Native Americans was telling each other. I wonder what the Native Americans were telling each other when they first saw the car and they were shooting it with arrows.
Yeah, they probably throw some kind of beast. You know how you see like all these medieval drawings, and it's like a big dragon thing, and then you're like, guess what that was? And what was that? Oh, a chicken. And you're like, how does a chicken look like a demon?
See, my thing is this: they see a chariot, right, not being pulled by a horse, running on its own, made of something that they.
Well, that's not the reason why they were running. They were being chased by the cavalry. US cavalry.
There was a cavalry. Yeah. No, but what he's saying is seeing it.
Just seeing it alone.
So why would their thought be what it is?
Yeah.
They just saw Marty and they go, ugh, the white man invented this. Because the white man must have lost his horse and the carriage is moving little by little.
Because them seeing the time machine, that's a big plot hole in itself.
Yeah, but it is because, I mean, they don't know what it is, right?
They don't know what it is.
So to them, it could be a beast. And then, let's say one of these beasts that you hear in Native American lore could have just been Marty's car.
Hold up.
You know what I mean? Like, it could have been like, oh, it was this big armored bear or Bigfoot is actually Marty's car, or something. It could be whatever they have lores.
Question: what came first? Was it the train or was it the car? And not in actual
the chicken or the egg?
No. Train or the car?
Train.
Train was first, right? And then, okay. Because I'm trying to remember Back to the Future 3.
I think the first car was like in 1905, 1903.
They went to the town not all on horses but on a wagon, right?
Yes.
That's why.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, because it was like 1901 or 1905.
It's 1885 when it was went back in time.
The car. I'm saying when the car was first made.
1905
for like mass production.
Let's see. I'm on first car ever made.
The year after, actually.
The year after.
The year after.
Ain't that shit funny?
Yeah, Marty, because did the cavalry see the car? Because he just backed into the cave as they came over him. So we don't know. Yeah.
All right. Well,
enough arguing with your dumbass.
Oh, dumbass! Don't even let a man speak.
Of course not, man. That's how you do it.
That's not how you engage in conversation.
That's how you do it, man.
No. That's That's how you act like your wife.
Yes.
This is why Keith is not married.
Yes.
There's no one to argue with when I'm at home. Just the voices in my head.
Yeah, he argue. He doesn't argue. He just sits there and gets chewed out and then gets dinner. So he has.
Wait. Can you
Hope she don't listen to this.
Hold on. Can you say it's getting chewed out if you're not paying attention?
I mean, you got,
and that's my super.
You're in the same room.
That's my superpower. I can mentally block anyone out.
You're in the same room. I mean,
I'm Mr. Indifference.
Mr. Indifference.
Oh God. Okay. Whatever. You're right. Where's my food? It's right here. Thank you.
You didn't put cyanide in this one, right?
Not yet.
Not yet. Nah, she won't. Like I said, she won't. She won't do that. She loves Keith too much.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're gonna wrap up and catch you next week on another Cigars and Ash episode, and we'll probably have another argument for you next week.
Shut up,
bitch.
All right, man.
All right, this is Loco Lou.
Keith's whatever.
And Argumentative Joe.
Yes, that's right. Argumentative Joe.
Go.
That works.
Yeah, that works.
Right, we out. Peace.
He can't deal with it.